Your USC Trojans are back at the Coliseum as they take on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights this Friday. Coverage kicks off at 6 p.m., and you'll hear the game and all the coverage on Talk Radio 790 KABC. That's right, here at USC on 790 KABC this Friday. Friday's game presented by Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. Come on out and cheer your Trojans. USC Rutgers, Friday night coverage at 6 p.m., kickoff at 8 from the Coliseum. Hear it all on 790 KABC.
When you're hiring for your business, ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. This made us wonder, what if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
Escape rooms? Elementary. And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Simple. So, see what the world is like when ZipRecruiter does the hard work of hiring for you. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Wednesday afternoon.
I don't know where these sounds are coming from. Everybody's on my nerves today. Everybody's on my nerves.
Are you going to sit there and just take it?
Let's get to it. Your Wednesday afternoon. Mason and Ireland right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So last night, Lakers opening night at Crypto. I was at Cosm.
How'd that go?
Oh my God, it was so good. We had so many
Did you
people
stay for
there.
the whole game?
Stayed for the whole game.
Wow.
My friend Shannon Morgan were there. O'Shea Jackson Jr. was there. We had a blast, and Juan was there. There were tons of listeners, particularly Bruce and Ryan and Melanie and Zena, who's a jewelry designer and listens to us every single day.
Hi, Zena.
Zena was a classy lady. Classy lady. So it was a really good night. And obviously, Dodgers win last night, and you got to feel good about that. We had the big moment. We had the Bronny and LeBron moment, which was really cool.
They played great. The weird thing about that game was I did 6 preseason games.
Yep.
And nowhere in those 6 preseason games did they defend like they defended last night.
Boy,
it was
AD
almost
like
like they were holding stuff back in the preseason because even when all the starters were out there, they didn't guard like that. Almost every shot Minnesota took was contested. Maybe 5 weren't.
Yep.
And Minnesota's got some things to work on. I think their offense is broken now that they traded Karl Anthony
Right.
Towns.
They got to juggle a bunch of stuff, yeah.
But the Lakers made 5
of 30
33s and won kind of convincingly.
Yeah.
They were up double digits most, so I think they ended up winning by 7. But they won that game with their defense.
Did you see how many threes Boston took last night?
They broke the NBA record.
61 threes.
Yeah.
They were 29 of 61. They were the number 1 3-point shooting team last year. And the Lakers need to shoot better, obviously.
Right.
And they will shoot better. They will shoot better.
Well, Phoenix is coming in Friday, and they can shoot. So they got Durant, they got Booker, they got Bradley Beal. So they're going to need to do better than 5 for 30. But last night, Anthony Davis looked like the best player in the league, and their defense looked like a top 5 defense. They played great.
Yeah, they really did. And by the way, after the game, Trudell talked to Anthony Davis. I thought this was interesting. I don't.
I mean, we know you've got the length, but the timing on those 2 blocks, is it about just identifying where the shot taker is going to be?
The defensive player of the year type stuff.
Yes, it is. All right, and I agree.
DPOY type stuff.
Well, because, you know why I said that.
Of course.
Rudy Gobert is the reigning defensive player of the year, and that's why AD, he's...
And AD never is up the ballot. It's not...
Right.
It's,
well, even JJ last year didn't put AD on the first team all-defense.
Right.
His defense is heavily underrated. I'm a little biased because I get to see him play every game, but I think he's the best defensive big man in the NBA because he can guard all 5 positions. People don't know this about AD. When he was a sophomore in high school, he's 6'1".
Oh, yeah, right.
He grew 9 inches between his sophomore year of high school and his freshman year at Kentucky.
Yeah.
So he grew up being a guard.
Yeah.
That's why he can handle the ball. That's why he can guard guards.
Yep.
And it's just a huge weapon to deploy defensively. And when he plays like that, the Lakers can play with anybody.
Now, I thought, in limited minutes, I thought Dalton Knecht made a couple of shots last night. Made a three. His first attempt was a 3-pointer, and he scored. And I thought he looked good. He looks like he's going to fit. Looks like he could shoot. They obviously need him to shoot more and shoot effectively, but I'm encouraged by Dalton Knecht.
Do you understand the Bronny hate?
It's a good question.
Because I don't.
I understand why there are people who are like, he doesn't deserve. This is not me talking, just to be clear.
Yeah.
But average Joe Bronny hater says he didn't earn that. Look at him. He didn't earn that.
Right.
That's sort of the general. It's that whole.
Do people not understand that drafting Bronny 55th and giving him a standard contract is all about keeping LeBron happy?
He's energized.
Exactly.
It's good.
You want your best player to be at his best.
Yeah.
And so LeBron realizes that the Lakers did him a huge favor, and that's why he plays as good as he does.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was a really cool moment to give to LeBron.
Yep.
And to give to Bronny. And I think most real Laker fans saw it as something kind of cool.
And I got to tell
you, with Ken
you,
Griffey and his dad sitting in the front row. I mean, it was like, okay, now we check that box. Let Bronny go down to the developmental G League and see if he can figure this out.
And
but the hate. I mean, maybe it's because I'm a parent, but I mean, there's nothing you'd want more as a parent to see your kid get that moment. And for you to have that moment, and for people who don't understand that, I almost feel sorry for you.
Well, I will also say this. We've gotten a chance to talk to Bronny. You've gotten a chance to talk to. He's a really nice kid.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good kid. And he's easy. Like, I'm rooting for him. I know he's going to be. By the way, everybody, last year, number 1 pick for the Lakers, first-round pick, Jalen Hood-Schifino played 21 games. And averaged 6 minutes a game. I mean, that's what we can expect from Bronny.
Maybe not even that.
You think not even that?
Yeah, I think that's a good barometer.
Yeah.
But I don't think Bronny's going to play any more than Hood-Schifino did.
Right.
And he probably shouldn't. He just turned 20 earlier this month.
Right.
He's not where he – and by the way, his whole experience at USC is tainted by the cardiac arrest.
Right.
I mean, he didn't have a normal season.
Sure.
So – the Lakers did LeBron a favor because LeBron's at the end of his career, and so they probably drafted Bronny a year early. But, I mean, O'Shea tweeted this yesterday, and this...
Was this last night during the game?
Yeah, he had a bunch of expletives in there, but the gist...
Yes, he does.
The gist of his tweet was, the 15th player on any roster doesn't determine whether or not you win.
Right.
It just doesn't. There's no evidence of that anywhere.
No.
So if you can use that spot to
energize your best player,
right, and to make him happy and to get him on your side,
and
why
to make
wouldn't
some
you?
cool history.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
I can tell you where I was. Everybody cheered.
Yeah,
everybody cheered.
People at the game loved it.
Inside the arena, I would imagine it was. Yeah.
But I mean, there's mostly it's people in the media, just trying to make. I mean,
and Twitter,
and the station across town just hates LeBron and hates.
Do
Bron,
they really?
Hates him, both of them.
I don't hear them very much.
All they do is rip him.
Oh, what a-holes.
They
why do they do that?
They hate him.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so lame.
And but I mean, for you not to realize, anybody, not just them, to not realize that why the Lakers are doing this is to invest in the James family,
right,
and to give them that moment in the hope that LeBron will feel good about it and play better.
Right.
It makes total sense to me.
And LeBron has brought some moments of real history. I mean, he broke the scoring record.
Yeah. I mean, it's his 7th year here.
First time son, father played in an NBA game together. I mean, there's like really cool history that's going on. And I'll also say this. I think LeBron is a really good guy also. Our interactions with LeBron have been great. I don't understand why people dislike LeBron to the degree that they are.
Is it jealousy just because they have things that we're never going to have? I don't know. I don't get it.
I think part of it is, I mean, for Laker fans, there are a certain segment of Laker fans who say, yeah, I mean, LeBron, but he's not ours. He's not our guy.
I mean, he's been here 7 years.
7 years,
How long
exactly.
you guys want him to stay?
Now, is it true that last night was the first night since LeBron has been here that the Lakers have won their home opener?
Yeah, he's 1-6.
1-6. So we're off to a good start.
Yeah, a tough game tomorrow night.
Yep.
Or, I'm sorry, Rams are tomorrow night.
Right, Rams.
Suns come in Friday. Kings, Sacramento come in on Saturday. And then we're out of here for 2 weeks. So a lot of games to be played. And by the way, for what it's worth, I think J.J. Redick has played this perfectly. He basically has jumped all in on this Bronny experiment and saying he's a 50th pick. We're going to try and develop him and see if we get lucky.
And they also got it out of the way on the first night.
Yeah, smart.
Which is so it's no distraction later on as these games get important and the Lakers chase a playoff spot. All right, coming up next for you. Oh, tomorrow night. You mentioned the Rams game tomorrow night.
Yep.
It could decide everything. I'll explain coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is.
I was just about to really talk some
trash.
trash.
Can if you want. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, easy, and helps protect the planet. If you're ready to do your part, visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message is funded by Cal Recycle.
Friday night, your USC Trojans are back at the Coliseum as they take on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights this Friday. Coverage kicks off at 6 p.m., and you'll hear the game and all the coverage on Talk Radio 790 KABC. That's right, here at USC on 790 KABC this Friday. Friday's game presented by Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. Come on out and cheer your Trojans. USC Rutgers, Friday night coverage at 6 p.m. Kickoff at 8 from the Coliseum. Hear it all on 790 KABC.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL. realfathersrights.com/710 or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights. The Father's Rights Attorneys.
Gear up and get out to Kelsey's at Pechanga, the top spot in the Temecula Valley to watch all the Monday Night Football action. Dozens of TVs means all your favorite games, plus a M&F food menu fit for the greatest fans. Sliders, loaded tater tots, pulled pork pizza, and a lot more. Plus, you'll find beers on tap and incredible craft cocktails at Kelsey's. Visit Pechanga.com and follow at Pechanga Casino on Instagram for info about special and exclusive NFL team appearances. We'll see you at Kelsey's at Pechanga.
Hey, John Ireland here. Are you looking to sell your home quickly and easily without having to deal with repairs or the worry of buyers qualifying for new high-interest rate loans? Call Seller's Advantage. With thousands of satisfied customers, they're the go-to choice for homeowners looking to sell their homes fast. They'll buy your home for a competitive cash offer and can close in just days, not weeks or months. No repairs are needed because they buy homes as is. They have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. Seller's Advantage is the fastest and most stress-free way to sell your home. If you're ready to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage. Get a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-2747 or sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the number one most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The number one most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
This is my favorite David Bowie song.
Really? Modern Love?
Say bye-bye, but I try. It was the second single off the Let's Dance album.
Yeah, which is Let's Dance, another great song.
Another great song. So I was not at Crypto last night. I was at Cosm, but there's a new scoreboard. Describe.
It's just a giant video board that is crystal clear. So it's not like Cosm.
Right.
It's not like angled but it
looks sort of rounded.
Yeah, it's an octagon.
Yeah.
It looks noticeably better than the old one.
Yeah, it looks great. I saw the video of it. The other thing is, did you go to the Doritos restaurant? The Doritos After Dark
No, I don't even know
restaurant.
where it is.
Yeah, we got to find that. Where is it?
Where Impact, I don't know if it's still the name, but Impact, the bar right when you walk in. Like,
okay.
It's right there, yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
Listeners
I've done games there for 25 years.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you where any of the restaurants are because I'm always working.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing,
I love
the
Impact.
thing I was talking, who was I talking to yet? This now from LA Live to Crypto is going to be one big walking sort of mall.
Right.
It's all going to be the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be done till January. I have no idea why they didn't do it during the summer, but it's going to be done by January, and I think it's going to be really, really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for it because places that, like sports towns that have that, it's just, it looks better aesthetically, you know. I don't know. I'm digging it.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. So, cool. I wanted to talk a little bit about now I'll be at the Rams tomorrow night. Rams versus Vikings. It is shock the world night for the Rams as they have a chance to move to 3-4, a step closer to the NFC West title. Am I optimistic? Hell yes, I am.
The NFC West is, I don't want it, you take it.
Yeah, exactly.
The best team, the most consistent team, has probably been Seattle.
Yep.
They just had a big road win in Atlanta.
But I think they're only 3-3, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
The Niners look broken.
They're 3-4, and the Rams are 2-4.
Right. So they're not out of it.
No.
But they better win the division because I don't think anybody's getting a wild card. I think all the wild cards are coming out of the division that has the Vikings and the Packers and the Lions.
Yes, I agree. That is a hell of a division. Don't forget the Bears.
Yeah.
The Bears are right there in the middle of that thing.
The Bears aren't making. I know you think they are. They're not making it.
I think they're making the playoffs.
Well, then the Rams won't.
Well, no, Rams have to win the division. Yeah,
anyway.
got to win the division, so
point.
no impact. But I'll say this: if they do not win tomorrow night, I think it is time to trade Cooper Kupp.
DeMarco made a good point, though. His trade value has probably never been lower because he's hurt.
Yeah, they're looking for a second rounder, and they're willing to take on some of the money in order for that to be a second rounder. So my understanding of it is he's owed X. The Rams are willing to pay a chunk of that in order to elevate whatever pick they get to a second rounder. Second rounder is valuable. You know who the favorite is to acquire Cooper Kupp right now?
Boy, the Chiefs traded for DeAndre Hopkins today, so they're out of it.
Yep.
I would think the Steelers.
The Steelers
have
are
got to be right there,
number one on the list in terms of destinations
and
for
the
Cooper Kupp.
Niners. If it was anybody but the Niners, I would say they'd be the favorite because they've lost 2 wide receivers. But,
right,
and Tampa just lost 2 wide receivers.
Yeah, they did.
So they both could get in it too.
Yeah, I mean, I love.
You don't want to trade with the Niners unless you have to. But if the Niners are the only team that'll give you a 2, do it.
Yeah, I mean, I love Cooper Kupp. Obviously, unbelievable performance in the Super Bowl and Triple Crown year and all that stuff. And look, it sounds like he's going to play tomorrow night. Hope he plays well. Hope he makes that big red zone catch like he always does with Matthew Stafford. They've had trouble in the red zone. But if they lose tomorrow night and they move to 2-5, I think you're thinking trade at that point.
Sure.
Yeah, you're thinking, all right, we're not going to be able to make a run.
Do you trade Stafford also?
I think I ask Stafford.
Yeah. And the same thing with Kupp. You just don't want to trade him to anywhere. He should be involved in those discussions because he's meant so much to you.
Yeah, I mean, Kupp commented on it yesterday. He says he didn't have much to say about it. He said Nothing. He was asked if there are any conversations about him being traded. He said nothing really. It's that time of year. There's going to be rumors and things that go around. Except this time, I think it's probably more than that. Unless we win tomorrow night,
we'll see.
Gotta win. It's a must-win night for the Rams. I'm not guaranteeing a win though, John.
You shouldn't.
Like I did last week against the Raiders. It was guaranteed win day.
Yeah, you should have then.
Guaranteed. Thank you. Guaranteed. I want everybody to know some important notes about today's show.
Okay.
Number one, Andrew Friedman, president of baseball operations for the Los Angeles Dodgers, is going to be with us at 1:30.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then at 1:45, legendary broadcaster Jaime Jarrín, who obviously will talk about the tragic passing of Fernando Valenzuela. We got the news last night during the Lakers game. And like I was at Cosm, they announced it during the game, during the live broadcast, and the place, you could tell the emotions in the place were real, and I know they were all over Los Angeles. I wanted to pay a compliment to Beto Durant. On his first night doing Lakers games, I was leaving Cosm. I put on the game on the radio. I put on the post game. And Beto, I thought, did a really nice job of talking both about the game and about Fernando Valenzuela. It was fortuitous that we had somebody like Beto on the air last night because he knew Fernando.
Well, this isn't his first year. He did it last year, too.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
It didn't make an impression, clearly. Wait, I thought this was his first year doing pregame.
It is pregame.
Pregame, post.
But he's done post for at least 2 years.
2 years, yeah. I don't normally hear post.
Okay.
Because they don't do
It
post.
was new
they
for
don't
me.
do post at halftime.
Yeah, new to you. There
It
you
was
go.
new to you.
To me, exactly. All right. Let me see. One other thing I wanted to get to here, John, is this quote that you brought or you sent from J.J. Redick. He realizes that he is going to be ridiculously scrutinized this year.
Yeah, to say the least.
And this is the quote. I'm expected to be... Okay, hang on. Take two. I am expecting it to be unimaginable while also expecting it to be worse than I could ever imagine. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's all good. So not only is he expecting it to be unimaginable, he's also expecting it to be worse than he could ever imagine.
There you go.
And that is what it is to be the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, it comes with the job.
You're friends with D'Angelo Russell. Last night, something broke out on... Do you guys know? Laura, you know, right?
I know.
So he's got blonde hair now.
Yep, saw that.
So Shay and I were talking last night, and he's like, he looks like a Targaryen.
A little bit.
And he does. You don't watch House of the Dragon, but
No.
there are more Targaryens in House of the Dragon with all the blonde hair. So he looks like a Targaryen out there. And that took off on Twitter last night, which was very funny. Dalton Knecht. Now, was he out on the beach too long?
Does he look over
Yeah,
tanned?
he looks over tanned. I think like he fell asleep at Venice Beach.
Well, we've been in a lot of, we played 2 preseason games in Palm Desert, and then last Friday we were in Phoenix. Maybe he went to the pool.
Maybe he's like Paulie Walnuts, and he's got that big sun reflector to get the tan. But he definitely has a tan. He's fitting right in Los Angeles. Interestingly, there's a question on Wheel of Questions that relates to something that Bergman did this week or did not do.
I hope it comes up.
We will do that. I hope it comes up. That's coming up next. In the meantime, if you have never experienced Cosm, you heard me talk about it, this is an incredibly immersive, shared reality venue where you feel like you're at the game, whether it's college football or NFL football or Dodgers in the playoffs or last night the Lakers. And by the way, I think NBA action might be the best of all. Every play is coming to life. It's like you're sitting sitting courtside. This is going to revolutionize how you experience the NBA. Cosm is the future of sports and entertainment. And right now, you can use our exclusive discount code ESPNLA and get 20% off any NBA event in November. So again, go to COSM.com, use code ESPNLA, get 20% off any NBA event in November. I promise you, Cosm will change your sports experience viewing forever. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Ortho are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. Could be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, or you could nominate yourself. You could win prizes like sweet tickets, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, or the grand prize, Invisalign. Enter now at ESPNLA.com. And remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Ortho.
Hey, it's Mace. There's a lot on the line in this election, from protecting the Social Security you've earned to supporting family caregivers. And you have the power to make the candidates listen, because voters 50 and over decide elections. That's why AARP California has created an election guide with the most up-to-date information about when, where, and how to vote. Get trusted election information at aarp.org/CA votes. That's aarp.org/CA votes. Paid for by AARP.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
With over 20 clinics in LA and OC, Game Day Men's Health offers premium services like testosterone therapy, ED treatment, and more to optimize your health. Visit GameDayMen'sLA.com to schedule your free consultation. Get back in the game with Game Day Men's Health.
At Hyundai, we make a big deal about the little things, like the little fact that 9 Hyundai vehicles have earned IIHS top safety picks this year, and offering a little thing called America's Best Warranty, because delivering safety and quality, pretty big deal. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer today. Hyundai, there's joy in every journey.
Get 1.99% APR for 60 months on the Hyundai Tucson and Tucson Hybrid. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end October 31st. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason in Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
Well, look at here.
I don't have my Luke Robitaille button, so I just went,
Is it not working again? It was working.
Yeah, it's not working.
All right, so Laura, what do we got?
What do we got?
All right, guys. So we do have Gregory Arthur Bergman in here.
It's Adam, but Cappy likes Arthur.
Yeah, I
so
like Arthur too.
Yeah.
So, Greg, this landed just for you. We want to know, why did you back out of your bet?
Yeah,
you got money,
Bergman, Bergman gave me my money back last
did.
night. Did he give you your money back today?
He did, yes.
All right, why did you... So people who don't know, here's the background. The other day, Greg was paying off a bet. He had to have his face painted in Rams colors, so half his face was blue, half his face was yellow. He had eye black on, and we found out he was going to a party later that night with a bunch of people who he hadn't met before.
Yes.
So we dared him to wear the face paint to the party, and we originally said we would each give him $300. We would give him 300 total, 150 each. Then we got it up to 500 after we called Jean, your girlfriend, and then you sent us a text saying, I backed out.
Yes.
Why?
Essentially. Yeah, so I can give you the whole story, but basically I have to think of my work balance and my life balance and what's best for me outside of this
What's
building.
best for you is $500.
Right. And paying off a bet.
there was other ways that, like Sam Pines and I were talking about it last night at the Laker game. Like we could have done something else to make it bigger, like an extra $500 that was going to go to charity. Then I would have been more.
Well, then you wouldn't have been able to back out.
Yeah, I would not have been able to, and that would have been a much cooler thing. But we didn't think about it.
No,
Sam actually sent that to me, but I didn't want to guilt you into having to do it for charity, so I didn't.
Right, that would have been another one. Do it for charity.
If you put the charity aspect out there, then it was like, okay, well then we're doing something good too.
Then you don't get any of the money, and it becomes like, well, why am I doing this?
Now you gave a heads up to the people who were hosting the party, and they actually were into you wearing the face paint.
So they were okay with it.
They were more than okay with it, though. They were like, do it.
So no, it was. So there was Shirley, who's like the old school.
Shirley,
love that.
Madge
name.
and Olive.
Right. If I told you all of her friends'
names. By the way,
names,
I had an Aunt Madge. I had an Aunt Olive.
So either way, her friend said yes, and her boyfriend, whose house it was, understood, but he wasn't like excited about it.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, and then I also didn't know any of the other people that were going to be there.
Right.
I sent you a video of what the house looks like.
Very nice.
Probably not the best.
Oh, is it
place.
a fancy house?
Oh, it was. I sent you a video.
Oh,
in the
that's
group
right.
chat.
I got that. Yeah.
So it was pretty fancy, and I just felt like I look like a complete tool by doing this, and just meeting.
I believe
people,
the term you used was tool bag.
Tool bag.
You added bag for some reason.
Yes,
you never heard
bag.
that.
I've never heard tool bag either.
Yeah. Tool bag. So it is a thing. Yeah, he's such a tool bag. That's what I look like.
Yeah.
So I was very. I just felt like it was the wrong thing to do in this situation, and also to help my outside life.
Now, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So
yeah,
these people you may see again.
And actually,
by the way, I think if you had gone in there with your face paint, I don't think you'd ever see these people again. I think they would be like, what is the hell is going on?
I just would have done it for the money.
Oh, yeah, for the cash.
Sure, but it turned out that one of the people that I did meet there is actually helping me out for something for Jean's birthday. So it actually worked out very, very well. So I made the right decision for outside, not for inside.
Right. And you made the bad decision for your bank account.
Yes. Bad decision for my bank account. Bad decision for
We just like
doing
money
the bit.
more than you.
I know. You like money more than anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I always say.
That's the whole idea.
I always say, I'll make more. Somehow.
I hope I will at some point.
Yeah,
but,
no, you'll do good. You'll do good.
Yeah, so unfortunately, it was a really good bit. I did not follow through, and I take the L.
So give us, because you're a huge Dodger fan, give us your thoughts on the passing of Fernando Valenzuela.
I just think it hurts just not just me, not just the Dodgers. It hurts the entire city. This is something that he united this city, especially with Mexican Americans and all that. Because when that happened, when Chavez Ravine was built, they displaced many Mexican Americans.
People,
and when Fernando came in, he brought them all back and this is what it looks like now today. It is a very heavily a Mexican American out just there. Laura, you're wearing your Mexican Dodger shirt.
I am.
Because it's a representation. So it hurts the culture of the city, I think, now that he has passed, because he was such a big overarching figure for everything.
Did you ever meet him?
I never got to meet him. I know you did.
I did, yeah.
And that was really cool.
He was really cool.
One of the ones I regret never meeting. I regretted never meeting Vince Scully and never meeting Fernando.
Yeah, I met Vince Scully a couple of times. He wouldn't pick me out of a lineup, but
that doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, but he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I got to hang up on Vince Scully.
You did hang up on Vince Scully. That's right.
How did you do that?
No, it was with you guys. Remember,
Right.
you were taping an interview with Vince Scully,
and you just by mistake hung up on him.
Normally what happens is when you're in here and in this studio, you put them on hold and then pick up the phone and talk to them and say, "Hey, thanks, Vince, for coming on," and then hang up. What happened in another studio? I put him on hold and then he was gone.
Oh.
Yeah,
and that was so.
So you hung up on
It's almost
Vince.
like we don't have engineers here.
Trust me, that is something that is going around a lot right now.
Hang on, let me play a funny sound effect. Oh, can't do that either.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Shohei is now naked.
So here's
that's right.
Here's something I want to ask you about with the Dodgers. So I've been doing a deep dive on the Yankees, and by the way, tomorrow I just found out at 1:00 we are doing a live hookup, live simulcast with ESPN New York and Michael Kay, who's the voice of the Yankees.
The Michael Kay Show.
The Michael Kay Show. Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so it's a dual show. It's happening at the exact same time in New York and LA.
Wow. That's going to be very cool. But I'm worried about Juan Soto a lot. Juan Soto is a really great left-handed hitter. And he had 41 home runs this year, 109 RBIs. It's his best season. And in the playoffs, he's batting .333 with 3 home runs, including a 3-1 home run to win Game 5.
Yep.
And he is better against right-handers than he is left-handers. Makes sense. He's left-handed.
Yeah.
We, at the moment, with Alex Vesia not on the roster, only have Anthony Banda coming from the left side. What are the odds that we do get Alex Vesia back and on the roster?
So I think we actually do. It's a good chance to get Alex Vesia back and possibly even Brusdar Gratterall. So that'll. He's obviously not lefty, but still, that's another bullpen arm that's
sure.
going to help out. Soto is terrifying because not only does he hit home runs and has that .333 batting average, if you look at his on-base percentage, it's probably something over .440.
Yeah.
Like he's constantly on base. He's one of the most patient hitters in baseball.
Every one of those guys except Giancarlo Stanton is unbelievably patient.
So they're very much like the Dodgers are. They can hit home runs. They're not going to swing at anything outside the strike zone.
They're going to walk a lot.
They're going to walk a lot. I think the Dodgers walk the most. I think the Yankees walk the second most.
Yeah.
So it's a very even matchup in like that. So it's going to come down to who has the better starting pitching, which I like the way that our lineup is kind of working out, but at the same time, it's going to be very, very tough.
It's going to be a very tough series.
This is a terrifying series, and I think it's going to go 6 or 7 easy.
All right. You're doing it in the afternoons?
Yeah, I can do it with Clinton Yanks.
Okay, go practice.
Okay. Thanks. Go practice?
Go practice.
Just like in front of a mirror?
Warm up.
Yeah, practice.
Yeah.
Practice talking. That's it.
Okay.
So Bergman's on in the afternoon with Clinton, and we'll be ready for that. It is weird, John, that the last time the Yankees met was 43 years ago.
The last time the Dodgers and Yankees met?
Dodgers and Yankees met. That was the year that Fernando led the Dodgers to the World Series championship over the Yankees, and now he happens to pass away in a week where they're going to play the Yankees again.
And if you're into numerology, it was this day, October 23rd, 1981, when Fernando won Game 3. The Dodgers were down in that series, and they came back and won it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's weird.
It feels...
Yeah, it feels ominous.
And I would imagine Friday... by the way, I was trying to think of a word. Ominous... It feels like foreshadowing.
Maybe. Hope so.
I hope it's foreshadowing, yeah. I hope it's foreshadowing. Because I would imagine Friday night Game 1 is going to be emotional. I would imagine they will have an enormous tribute to Fernando Friday night at Game 1 of the World Series.
Well, they just did when they put him in, when they retired his number. They went through a whole bunch of stuff, so they've got it all handy. They've got people talking about him, and so they'll put something together.
Yeah, I'm going. By the way, I found out the parking. Somebody told me last night. I think it was Melanie and Mike. Melanie and Mike told me just go to Dodgers.com and get your parking. Don't go to the secondary
it's like
markets. Yeah, so it's not as crazy as we thought it was going to be yesterday.
Right,
which is good. And the ticket prices are just
through the roof.
Through the roof.
Yeah,
it's just What does anybody know what the face is on these tickets? I think the face is even high.
Yeah, it was 8 something.
Yeah, I think the face value was.
Yeah, it was super high.
Was it $800?
Yeah, because for Top Deck, when I was looking and the site kept crashing, it was a little bit over $800. And I know Janice paid face value, and she paid over $900 with fees.
Yeah,
for
it's
Dodger
a lot.
Stadium.
It's so much, and it's history. And a lot of people are trying to go to one game, trying to decide what game to go to. I think Morales is going to Game 2. I got friends that are going to Game 1.
If I gave you, I got 2 free tickets, you pick the game.
Yes.
What game would you take?
Dodgers in 6.
You would take Game 6.
I would take Game 6.
So you would run the risk of not going at all.
Missing Game 7.
Or if it goes less than 6.
Right. Or
I'd take Game 1.
Would you?
Because you're guaranteed.
I know, but to be there when they win it is like the thing.
Right, but you don't know you're playing pot luck then. They could win it in
You
5,
are.
6, 7. They could win it in 4.
Yeah.
Do
they
one,
could lose
Mace.
it. Game 1.
Yeah,
Game
Game
1, you won't be behind.
I'm going to Game 1 on a press credential, but I've got a hookup for tickets for Game 6.
Oh. Well, hookups are always nice.
Yeah, the hookup is good, and Juan wants to go because he says he wants – this is interesting. He wants to see me when the Dodgers win the World Series because he knows what that will mean to me.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I love
Was
that.
he
really
with
cool.
you when they won it in Texas?
No,
Oh,
that
okay.
was a weird solo trip. He was there for Game 7 of the Astros
The
Dodgers
Yu Darvish
in
game?
2017.
Yeah.
The U game. That was pretty awful. All right, I wanted to, John, this is very exciting. There is a brand new Venice Mace sandwich at Ike's Lovin' Sandwiches.
At all of them or
all
just
of them?
Okay.
All of them. And this is going to be one of their big sellers. They said, so I went to Ike. It was like going to a lab. And we put different combinations of stuff together. Cool. And then we ended up with like 5 sandwiches. I tried each one and decided which one would be the Venice Mace. Here's what I wound up with. It's roast beef. By the way, not necessarily the healthiest sandwich for you, but who the hell cares? Roast beef, bacon, Godfather sauce, which is their sauce, which has got a little spice to it, wasabi mayo, Swiss cheese, and pepper jack cheese. It is a spicy sandwich. And they told me I could pick a number. You know, like, I'll have the number. And unfortunately, there was already a number 420.
Oh, that would have been perfect for you.
So if you go to Ike's and you order the number 4200, it will be my sandwich.
Okay.
It will be the Venice Mace sandwich. And I think they're bringing them in at some point here.
Nice. They might already be here.
Ike is such a great guy. I had such a good time doing that. And thanks to him. And go order the 4200, especially if you love spicy. All right, coming up next for you, you're going to do some sports graffiti. We've got World Series on Friday. We've got the passing of Fernando Valenzuela. Sadly, we got news of that last night. And, of course, we got the Lakers opening night. You want to react to any of it, 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. We'll get some of your phone calls in here next. Mason in Ireland, 710-ESPN.
And did you know that your zip code can determine your health? Some neighborhoods lack fresh food while others have weekly farmers markets. Some areas have plenty of doctors while others face long waits for basic care. Rising costs hit communities harder than others. Some struggle with monthly rent, others struggle with paying for medication. But your vote can change this. When you vote, you're not just filling out a ballot. You're fighting for better healthcare access in your neighborhood. You're standing up against inflation that is pricing out families out of their homes. You're demanding affordable healthcare for all. Your zip code shouldn't determine your health. Your vote should. Vote by mail, use a valid drop box, or visit a voting center in person. Remember, in this election, you're not just voting for candidates. You're voting for our health, the health of our families, and the health of our community. For more information, visit myvotemyhealth.org.
710 ESPN, the destination for LA sports this fall.
Here comes LeBron and slam dunk right in Paul George's face and a foul.
Lakers basketball.
Got it back. Another 3. Good. What a night for Austin Reeves.
Rams football.
Cup of the 6. Cup to the pylon. Touchdown, Cooper Kupp. Touchdown, LA.
The USC Trojans.
Hands off the marks. Up the middle. Into the end zone. Touchdown. They're going wild in half of this stadium as the Trojans are going to pull off the upset. How do you do?
LAFC.
Oh, flip for LA Football Club. Diddy!
The LA Kings and Angels baseball.
The all-new ESPN LA app, your destination for LA sports.
Hey, it's Travis.
And DeMarco.
Hey, accidents can be shocking, devastating, and difficult to deal with, which is why you should never deal with them alone and have family on your side.
Joseph S. Normand and his trusted team are family, and they're here to help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve.
You know, when my son was in an accident, we called Joseph at 213-747-2000, and he was able to help.
You have many choices in a legal team, but family always comes first.
Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Hear that? The relaxing sound of ambient music in a yoga class. And if you were here, you'd listen to 15 people taking a deep breath in sync. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. So if you ride, get a quote today and see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. And find inner peace with a different pose called Palms on Handlebars. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Hey, John Ireland here. Are you going through a life change? Whether you're downsizing, inheriting a home, or ready for a change, Seller's Advantage is here to make selling your home easy. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs, no hassle. With Seller's Advantage, you're in control. Close as quickly as you want and do it on your own terms. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-2747 or visit sellersadvantage.com.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
All right, it is sports graffiti time, and let's hit the phones. Oh, what do you got? Oh, it's a new sandwich. The new sandwich I did with Ike's, the number 4200.
Looks like a healthy size sandwich.
There it is. It's a good size sandwich.
Heavy sandwich.
It's got all kinds of spice in it. I am super psyched for this. I'm competing against some guy named Damon Bruce.
Yeah, I think he's a radio guy.
I intend to kick his ass.
All right,
Go to Ike's and get the number 4200. This is the sandwich of the year.
Right, take a bite. I'll take a call.
All right.
Hooper's X, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go, Hooper's X.
Hey, guys. I just want to say rest in power to Fernando Valenzuela. He was probably the first guy that I ever paid attention to. I was about 11 years old when he was pitching for the Dodgers, and it was fantastic and got me interested in sports. I also wanted to talk about the Lakers real quick.
Yeah.
They were great last night. I thought that JJ imprint was all over that game, and I thought that the defense looked fantastic, and their offensive rebounding was off the charts. That was really great to see.
Yeah,
thank you guys.
Yeah, you're welcome. The opening night, you can't ask for a better debut than that.
Absolutely not. That was spectacular.
Everything went perfect. Here's Ken in Newport Beach. Hey, Ken, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hi, guys. And again, Fernando, I was with him through the whole thing. Very, very sad. I'm hearing this Lakers look great. First off, Minnesota looked terrible.
They did.
AD was great, 36 points, 16 rebounds. Rudy was great. The rest of the team wasn't great, and the substitutes are weird. Why is Vincent playing 17 minutes to score 2 points and have three turnovers? And when you're shooting 18% from three and Knecht is sitting on the bench and playing less minutes than Vincent, that's not great. They beat a team that looked bad. They're going to get better, but there wasn't any greatness other than AD last night.
Ken, do you ever call in and say something nice?
Well,
you always you're a detractor, Ken.
No, I think Ken's holding their feet to the fire, which is okay. But Ken, you weren't impressed with the way they defended?
No. Their defense was great. The rebounding was great. A lot of that was AD, though.
Right.
I'm concerned about some of the other players and the bench. Why is Vincent playing 17?
Well, yeah, I think it's because he plays some defense. I think he's in the rotation.
And you're going to get a good report card on Friday and Saturday because both Phoenix and Sacramento finished with a better record than the Lakers last year.
Right.
So, and most people are picking those teams finish ahead of the Lakers this year. So, but everybody said that about Minnesota. Ken's right in this regard.
Okay.
Minnesota needs time to figure out what to do without Karl Anthony Towns.
Yes.
Their offense looked broken. Raymond, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go, Raymond.
How's it going?
Good.
During Fernando Mania, my dad and my uncle, which resembled Fernando, were at a bar. So my dad said that it was Fernando, so they got free beers all night.
Your dad said he was Fernando?
Yeah.
Did he look like him?
He looked like him, and it was before HD TVs and stuff.
Oh, there you go. Okay,
Fernando impersonator.
You can get away with it.
Yeah, if you can.
Free beer.
Free beers.
Danny, you're on Sports Graffiti. Danny, go.
Hey, guys. Just bouncing off other calls. Lakers did look great. Finally got an opening night win. I know AD is basically our only big man right now, Jackson Hayes. No, nothing towards him. But what other big men in NBA you guys think are trades that Lakers can make during the season?
Well, very, very few of these. A lot of these cannot be made before December the 15th. But the name that has bounced around a lot, and for some reason Brian Windhorst said he used his fingers, and he said, keep an eye on this. He mentioned Jonas Valanciunas, who just signed a deal in Washington. And there have been there's been other smoke about that particular thing. But trading for a big man, I think, is the right thing for this team to do.
Dave, you're on Sports Graffiti. Dave, go.
Hi, I just learned a little Dodger sports history that I was a little surprised. You guys may know this, but in 1963, the Dodgers swept the Yankees in the World Series. How many pitchers did the Dodgers use in that series?
Well, it sounds like they didn't need many. Did they use more than 5?
What do you think, Dave? How many do you think?
I mean, I would probably guess 5 or 6.
4.
That's it.
4
They use
pitchers.
4. So they got 4 complete games.
Yeah.
And now they use 5 or 6 in one game.
Yeah.
Right.
No, now that is the game, is to find a way to get your best arms against best hitters when you get later in the game. Yeah, it's a good point. It doesn't happen anymore. Fernando had a year where he threw 20 complete games. I mean, this year I think there were like 2 or 3.
Adam Schefter just tweeted.
Okay.
After a week's worth of practices, Cooper Kupp is off the injury report and going to play tomorrow night when you are there at SoFi.
Yeah.
Josh, you're on Sports Graffiti. Josh, go.
Hey, Mace, I'm really digging the shirt, man. Looks good.
Thank you, man.
Bergen was talking earlier about a tool bag. There's another name for it. It's called Cappy. And it's really quick, guys.
It's not bad. Efren, you're on Sports Graffiti. Efren, go.
Hey, John Ireland.
Hey, Efren.
Good to talk to you guys. Oh, my God. Hey, it is an honor to talk to you guys on the radio. I listen to you guys all the damn time.
Thank you,
Efren. Get in the line. God damn it. And you know what? I want to shout out to, El Toro Valenzuela. May rest in peace. God rest his soul.
Yep.
And the Dodgers will win the World Series to his name.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. They certainly would. I wonder if they'll
do like a patch.
That's what I was just thinking. Yeah,
like a patch on the World Series
they would
jerseys.
Have to, wouldn't they?
I would think so.
Do they have any? Like the Lakers have a Jerry West patch this year.
I don't think the Dodgers have one of those.
Going?
I don't think they've got anything right now.
All right, here's Daniel. Daniel, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Good afternoon.
Good
guys.
afternoon.
I wish I could be happier. I'm just really heartbroken about Fernando Valenzuela's passing because I got to know him working a World Baseball Classic as a press officer for the Mexican national team. So this really hit me hard, especially since I looked up to him. And there was a Mexican that debuted in Major League Baseball in 1933 by the name of Baldomero Almada. However, I'm just amazed how long it took for a Mexican to make an impact in Major League Baseball.
By the way, Daniel,
it's really sad to see him go.
I was going to ask Jaime Jarrín this later, but I might as well ask you since you're affiliated with the Mexican national team. Fernando is the greatest Mexican baseball player ever. Who's second on that list?
I would say Vinny Castilla would be the second
good one.
Yeah.
He
was great.
So thank you guys for listening to me, and I'm a big fan of both of you guys, and I think they'll wear a patch. The Dodgers will wear the typical black patch with the white letters, with the black number, with the white letters.
Yep, I
would.
would.
And there'll be an homage. From what I heard, there's going to be an homage paid to him before Game 1 of the World Series. And I hope the Dodgers win for Fernando. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, it surprises
me. It feels like fate or destiny. I mean, it's hard to not take that, given that it's the first time in 43 years they're played, and the last time they did, Fernando was there.
Yep.
Yeah, and won games.
Yeah.
Big Joe, you're on Sports Graffiti. Big Joe, go.
Hey, guys, rest in peace to Fernando. Also, doesn't it look great for the Lakers that they take care of the players with Bronny? Everybody hating on that? I don't understand that.
I don't either. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that happens in sports every once in a while that you'll just go, that makes no sense to me. And this is just the latest one, the Bronny hate. I don't get it. I guess people are jealous. I don't know. Why would you hate on a 20-year-old kid and they gave LeBron, the best player on your team, that moment?
Right. And it was a cool, and gave the NBA that moment,
Yeah.
gave basketball fans, gave history that moment. I think Bronny's, I think it's a cool story. I'm rooting for him. He's a really nice kid. I think people are like, it is jealousy.
Yeah.
It's like, he got a leg up, and I never did.
Right. Or
Like-
he somehow doesn't deserve it.
Right. It is that Nepo thing
Right.
that people dislike.
I will tell you that go into any walk of life.
Yeah.
And you will find people that get things they don't deserve. It's what you do with the things that you get that
Sure,
matters.
sure.
Here is Big Rob. Hey, Big Rob, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
What's up, guys? What's up? Hey, don't forget our bet for Randy's Donuts after 2 years when J.J. Redick, when he gets fired. But I'm going to let y'all have y'all day
Okay.
with
Thank
the
you.
Lakers. All right?
We're going to take it.
You're right. Because you know what? After they play Minnesota in about 2 months, the results will be different. I just want to say this. Bronny, I'm not mad at him or jealous at him. But, hey, he does not fit with this team. And I hate to say it, Lakers, like I've been saying it ever since the draft, they should have drafted Cam Spencer. If they would have drafted Cam Spencer, you know what? That three-pointer that Bronny missed last night, Cam Spencer, he would have made that same shot. That's all I gotta say. Goodbye, guys.
Big Rob apparently has a draft board, and he had Cam Spencer near the top of it, and the Lakers didn't take him, and he's very upset about it, and the Lakers aren't as good as we saw last night. I think I'm summarizing Big Rob. Where are these people crawling out of the woodwork from?
I don't know.
I mean, all of a sudden, like, there's all the Lakers hate is there.
Yeah, here's Mitch. Mitch, don't you live in New Jersey?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. Mitch, you're in Jersey, right?
Yeah, I'm from originally from Staten Island, but
Okay, but are you a Yankee fan?
No, Dodger fan.
How are you a Dodger fan?
And my dad lives across from Ebbsfield.
Okay.
Steve Garvey came up. You vaguely remember Frank Howard.
Senatorial candidate Steve Garvey?
Yeah, he got my vote.
Yeah.
I'll try. I'll do my best.
Why'd you
call They should reconsider putting Fernando in the Hall of Fame. 113 complete games. There aren't even 113 complete games in one season. If every pitcher, especially for the Dodgers, completed 3 to 5 complete games a year, it would help our bullpen a lot.
Right, but
Yes.
thanks, Mitch. Those days are over.
Yeah, I mean,
And the only
nobody
reason-
does that.
The only reason Fernando's not in the Hall of Fame is longevity.
Yeah.
If he would have done it for longer, he'd be in. But I think the Dodgers recognized what MLB couldn't, is that he was a cultural phenomenon in L.A.
Yep.
He brought people together in ways that no other person ever has. So they recognized his contributions in that way. And that's why they retired his number. There's only 2 Dodgers who have retired numbers that aren't in the Hall of Fame. Fernando, and you know the other one, Mace?
2 Dodgers that why do I think Jim?
Yep, right.
Jim Gilliam.
Yep.
Yeah,
He
Jim
died.
Gilliam. Yeah.
Yeah, he died early when he was, relatively young.
Yep.
And they thought the right thing to do would be to retire his number.
Yeah.
So they did.
Yep. Yeah, I am sure if you went to the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, there's all kinds of Fernando stuff there, but he's probably never going to get a bust. I'm glad they retired his number. I'm glad they did it when they did, so he could be there to see it. The Posthumous stuff, it always feels weird to me.
Yeah, I don't think they should put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame now, and I always thought before they should, but now
Right.
it's an empty gesture.
Yeah, he's gone, so
I don't
why
even
do
think
it?
there is merit in putting Fernando in the Hall of Fame. I think that now that he's gone, it looks hollow, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does feel hollow. Yeah, it does. It would feel hollow. By the way, everybody now, if we had more guys that threw complete games, guys,
Complete games are over.
Complete games do not happen anymore.
Were there more than 5
all
all year?
I was just looking at it, 2024. There were 3 guys had 2 of them, and 7 guys had 1. So 3, 6, 13. Fernando had 20 complete games in, I think it was 1988.
And the most anyone had this year was 2.
Yeah.
Wow. And only 2 people did it.
Right. I always go back and I look at those baseball. I mean, my favorite one, and he was one of my favorite pitchers to watch when I was growing up, was Bert Blyleven.
Doesn't he have 200 complete game shutouts?
60 complete game shutouts in his
come
career.
on.
Imagine that, 60 complete game shutouts. Insane what guys used to be able to do.
And he's in,
how
right?
much the game has
Blyleven's
changed.
in.
Yeah, Blyleven. The what do they call him? The Flying Dutchman, I think. did get in. And deserved it. A lot of strikeouts and a great curveball. I would say the greatest curveballs, certainly Kershaw, definitely of my lifetime. Roy Halladay had a great curveball, and Bert Blyleven had a great curveball. Those are the three that jump to mind.
Koufax,
Koufax, but I was like in my era,
right?
I never got to see Koufax pitch. All right, coming up next for you, we got Andrew Friedman in 15 minutes, so make sure you're here for that. Also coming up next, Vegas has got its odds for NBA champion this year.
I have a feeling I know who the favorite is.
And how do they rate the Lakers? We'll do that coming up next. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, time to talk about Toyota and the Southern California Toyota dealers. For as long as I can remember, and Toyota and the Lakers have been in business together for 50 years, Toyota's had that championship mindset. It's always been associated with the Southern California Toyota dealers. Why? Year after year, they deliver quality, reliability, and the best vehicles on the road. You can choose from an amazing selection right now of new vehicles like the beautiful 25 Land Cruiser, the all-new refined GR Corolla, or the limited 25th edition 2025 Highlander Hybrid. Great deals waiting for you right now. All you got to do is see your Southern California Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com. Toyota, we make it easy.
Friday night, your USC Trojans are back at the Coliseum as they take on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights this Friday. Coverage kicks off at 6 p.m., and you'll hear the game and all the coverage on Talk Radio 790 KABC. That's right, here at USC on 790 KABC this Friday. Friday's game presented by Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. Come on out and cheer your Trojans. USC Rutgers, Friday night coverage at 6 p.m., kickoff at 8 from the Coliseum. Hear it all on 790 KABC.
Hey guys, it's Cappy here, and I want to talk about my friend Avner Gatt, a public adjuster. Now, many of you guys have asked me, why Avner Gatt? What makes his team so unique at handling insurance claims? So let me tell you something. I've been working with Avner and his team for a while. I can tell you this. Avner Gatt has a dynamic team that's highly effective and successful because these folks come from a very diverse background in the insurance industry. For example, some of them used to work for insurance companies before they joined Avner's team. Yes, they actually chose to switch sides when they realized the effectiveness of Avner's team's work. Some of them used to be in the restoration business, rebuilding homes after disasters. Some of them used to be in the contents handling business, moving homeowners' belongings to a safe place for restoration and storage. Some of them were experts in hazardous materials handling, like asbestos and lead testing. That was their daily work. And some of them were members of law firms handling bad faith claims and general business disputes. You see, diversification is the name of the game. When you are represented by Avner Gatt's team, you have the entire team's experience and know-how by your side. No one, and I mean no one, messes with Avner Gatt and his team. So call Avner Gatt right now, 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256. That's AvnerGatt.com, AVNERGAT, AvnerGatt.com. When you call him directly, Avner Gatt and his family, they take the calls themselves. Avner Gatt says, hello.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News & World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Hey kids, Uncle Artie here from Pernia Law, here to tell you about a newer sponsorship deal with Matt Barnes, who has deep LA roots, former Bruin and pro basketball player for both LA teams.
If you're looking for the best possible results after an accident, call my guy, Uncle Artie, at Pernia Law. And there's never any upfront fees. They collect when you collect. And for the record, their win-loss record puts them in the top of the standings. That's 844-DIAL-UNC. That's 844-DIAL-UNC.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers and Kirk Morrison this Thursday, October 24th, for their live Rams postgame show from Ray's Lounge at Hollywood Park Casino. Win prizes and party with Travis, Kirk, and ESPN LA fans. Hollywood Park Casino is Los Angeles' premier card room casino and entertainment destination. Enjoy a postgame meal and drink at Ray's Lounge right after the game. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game. Must be 21 and older.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Come on, Dan. Finish this set strong. I can't. I've really fallen off in the gym since I turned 40. I just can't push through like I used to.
Could it be lower testosterone?
Lower T?
It happened to me when I turned 40. When you hit 40, your body has less testosterone. So I got Nugenix Total T, and it changed the game for me.
Nugenix? I've seen that on TV.
For over a decade, Nugenix has helped guys boost their testosterone levels, making it easier to trim up and stay lean.
Nugenix really changed things for you?
I'm lifting like I did in my 20s, and it's not just at the gym I feel better. It's at work and the bedroom.
I want to try Nugenix.
We're giving out complimentary bottles for people to try.
Text ACTIVE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help get you back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text ACTIVE to 321-321. That's ACTIVE to 321-321. Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
So Brian Cohen has tried the new Ike's Lovin' Sandwiches.
Okay, Brian, what is your
number
review?
4,200. What do you think?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it like an 8.5.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Strong. My new favorite out of all those Ike sandwiches. I will say that.
Awesome,
Yeah,
man.
very
Awesome.
good. Very good. Good combination.
Thank you.
I hope it's good because my old favorite out of Ike's was the Madison Bumgarner, which
That was
I always
mine,
felt
too.
bad about because
yeah.
I don't like the Giants, but the sandwich is really good.
Yes.
They also have a Jeff Kent that's really good.
See,
But
I
now,
can't
if
do
your
that.
sandwich is better, I can bench Bumgarner, which is what I really want to do.
Right. And the Kent sandwich is good if you're washing your car.
There
It's
you
an
go.
excellent sandwich.
Okay. Just don't fall.
It's the number 4,200 roast beef, bacon, Godfather sauce, wasabi mayo, Swiss pepper jack. It is absolutely delicious. And it's at Ike's Lovin' Sandwiches. It's the number 4,200. Now, the ingredient I put on there, John, which I think is the secret ingredient to every good thing.
Cannabis?
Well, that actually helps, but bacon.
Yeah.
Bacon
Bacon makes
make-
everything better.
It makes everything better. And the Ohio State University has rolled out the bacon vending machine. You can go to a vending machine at the Horseshoe.
Okay.
Put in money or whatever, wave your card, and it will give you strips of bacon.
And you can put them on anything.
Right,
Or you
so
can eat them just
You
alone.
can just eat them alone,
Yeah.
or you can say, I'll take these, and then I'm going to go over there, I'm going to get a hot dog, I'm going to wrap the bacon around the hot
How
dog.
high are these people?
Yeah, I mean, it really does seem like, can you imagine just a bacon vending machine?
That's weird.
That's
also, it's
awesome.
been sitting there. Gross.
Brian, awesome?
Awesome. I went to college at the wrong time. Are you kidding me? Come on.
It's funny. Somebody reacted.
How do they not have the bacon vending machine at Humboldt?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Fit perfect.
Somebody tweeted, we want better scoreboards, bathrooms, lights, sound systems, turf, Ohio State. Here's a bacon vending machine. I love that. Love that. All right, Andrew Friedman's coming up here in just a minute. I wanted to ask John. Now, we've talked a lot about the preseason and getting ready for last night, which was the Lakers opener, and I've got the official Vegas odds for favorites in
All right, let's see how
the
many
NBA.
of the top 5 I can get. The favorite is the Boston Celtics.
It is the Boston Celtics, yes.
What do they list them as?
I don't have my sound machine. I keep hitting the
okay.
button. They've got them listed at hang on one second. Hang on. There we go. Got it. They've got them at 9-1.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 3-1. 3-1.
All right.
That's pretty heavy.
I think second is the Oklahoma City Thunder.
They are number 2 at 6-1.
Okay.
This is where it gets tricky.
I'm going to go New York Knicks third.
Whoa, that is correct. 15-2. 15-2.
This, for me, is where it gets tough.
Okay.
Because what I think and what they think are two different
Correct.
things. I think they're going to say Philadelphia 76ers. I would not say that.
They say Philadelphia 76ers 9-1. So you're 4 for 4. You would
I-
not say that.
No. because I don't trust Embiid or Paul George to stay healthy.
Right. I'm with you.
Now, this one could be one of several, but just out of respect for their recent title, I'll say Denver Nuggets number 5.
Denver Nuggets are 10-1. There's a team tied with them.
I don't know who it could be, but just out of respect for their superstars, I will say it's Milwaukee.
It is Milwaukee's 14-1. Actually, the Dallas Mavericks are 10-1.
Good one. Made the finals last year.
So it goes Boston 3-1, Oklahoma City 6-1, Knicks 15-2, Sixers 9-1, which I don't believe in.
What
at
can I
all.
get the Lakers at, even though I'm not allowed to bet even mythical money?
Take a shot at the odds for the Lakers to win the championship.
22-1.
33-1.
Okay.
Yeah, 30. They are 12th on the board. It goes Celtics, Thunder, Knicks, 76ers, Mavericks, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Bucks, Suns, Grizzlies, Warriors, and Lakers. Actually, Warriors and Lakers are tied at 33-1.
Yeah, I think the Warriors are actually going to be good this year.
Yeah, they're young. They're getting younger. They're transitioning.
And I like the additions they made. I like Buddy Hield. I like DeAnthony Melton. I like Kyle Anderson.
Pajemski looks like he's going to get better. I mean, there are a lot of reasons for optimism there.
I'm excited about getting to talk to Andrew Friedman.
I know, Andrew Friedman, the president.
He'd be like on the top of my guest wish list. I guess we had to get Bergman on the afternoon show to get a guest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We had to bail on him. All right, so Andrew Friedman, the president of baseball operations for the Los Angeles Dodgers, will join us next. Stay tuned for that. In the meantime, if you're injured in an accident, and you got to immediately see a doctor and get back on the road to recovery. But what happens if you call your doctor and then they don't have an opening for a week, or maybe even come week after next, or whatever that is? When you call Jacob, you know Jacob is going to handle every aspect of your case. That includes getting you a doctor's appointment, usually that same day with a doctor in your area. And the doctor doesn't get paid until the end of the case, so you don't have to pay a penny out of pocket to get the health care you need. So even if you're in between jobs or you don't have health insurance, Jacob can immediately get you the medical attention that you deserve. And if you prefer to meet face-to-face, Jacob's team will come to you. Or you can go to Jacob's office. When you call an attorney, you want one who is respected. Call Jacob. He is the real deal. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember...
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
And make sure you're following Call Jacob on Instagram. Go to @call.jacob for great advice, prizes, and more. Jacob, a proud partner of the Rams, the Lakers, and LAFC. And when you call him, make sure you tell him Mason and Shadano from 710 ESPN sent you. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Park Party and Play at Hollywood Park Casino. Listen to Travis and DeMarco to win the ultimate game day prize pack. VIP tailgate passes plus game day tickets. Listen to your cue to call and don't miss your chance to win the ultimate game day experience. Park Party and Play with me at Hollywood Park Casino. Must be 21 and older to enter.
Inspired by Southern California's laid-back yet active lifestyle, TravisMathew creates premium men's and women's apparel designed to make you look and feel your best no matter the activity. Now, TravisMathew brings that same style to USC fans with their first ever collegiate collaboration. Designed with the iconic cardinal and gold, this collection carries the tradition and legacy of USC. Gear up for game days in style. New customers get 20% off their first order with code 710 at TravisMathew.com. That's code 710. Offer valid online only.
Clooney, Beyonce, maybe Elvis, a clown. Geez, deciding on a costume gets harder every year. And now the top reasons to visit Morongo.
Clay Cookware Gift Giveaway. Get a 4.7 quart terracotta pot when you earn 500 points on your rewards card, the 29th.
And the number one reason.
We're giving away a Maserati in the High Limit Slot Room this Sunday. Start earning entries the 24th, drawing at 8 p.m.
Morongo, good times.
Hey, John Ireland here. If you're looking to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage. They'll make you a cash offer, no need for repairs. They buy as is. With Seller's Advantage, there are no agents. They can close in days, and they buy with cash. They'll even offer a $10,000 advance to help with moving and other expenses. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, and visit sellersadvantage.com.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installations with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
And we are joined right now by the president of baseball operations for the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are World Series bound. Game 1 is Friday night. Andrew Friedman is here. Andrew, thanks very much for coming on, man.
Absolutely, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, we appreciate it, Andrew. We always love talking to you. So let's start here. I've always said about you, and I think I've said it to you, that I think you have a lot of Jerry West in you. And what I mean by that is you can...
He was a much better shooter.
Yeah, that's probably true. But you can find value in guys that maybe other people don't see value in. You did it with Chris Taylor. You did it with Max Muncy. And now more recently, you've done it with Tommy Edman, and you've done it with Michael Kopech. These were guys that anybody could have gone after. You zeroed in on them. Let's start with Edman. I mean, he's been fantastic, Andrew, but he was just sitting there. He was hurt. He wasn't playing. What did you see in Edman that made you want to make him a Dodger?
For years we've actually been the guys on planet Earth that can play shortstop to the level he can and play center field to the level he can. And so just that versatility with the defensive value, obviously the switch hit, the bat to ball, just a really good baseball player. So he's been on our radar for a while. We tried hard over the off season, and then finally this July we're able to line things up. But he fits our roster really well, and really excited to have him.
Andrew, I want to give you a chance to talk about the passing of Fernando Valenzuela, who is a huge part of the organization and the history of the Los Angeles Dodgers. What's going through your mind on that?
Just sadness. Such a large figure in Dodger history, and the fact that he's been around even after his playing career, and the relationship that I was able to strike with him, just growing up and admiring him from afar. Just what a classy human, and I just don't think it can be overstated enough just how impactful he was to the passion that Dodger fans have for Dodger baseball right now.
Yeah.
And that is going to be a big part of his lasting legacy.
Yeah, that's very well said, and was such a humble guy for as successful as he was. And I, Andrew, I've said before, I think he was the perfect marriage of Los Angeles culture to sports. That there was an undercurrent of Hispanic Dodger fans that were waiting for somebody like him, and then he came along and far exceeded everyone's expectations. I mean, can you imagine a guy now? He threw 149 pitches on this day in 1981 to lead the Dodgers to a Game 3 World Series win. We're not going to see that again, right? Nobody's ever going to throw 150 pitches in a game, right?
I don't think so, but I would sure like that one of these games. I would like a complete game shutout. That would be incredible. But no, I mean, the impact, the Fernando mania, just how good he was. I mean, the start to his career is literally something that if a Hollywood, that script of like, hey, here's this fictitious baseball player, here's how he starts his career, they would be like, that's too unrealistic.
Right.
Go back to the drawing board. Like, they wouldn't even have accepted the premise of what Fernando actually did.
Right. Well, no, Andrew, no one's done it since he did it. He won the Rookie of the Year and the Cy Young in the same year. I mean, you put it incredibly well. All right, let me circle back to something else. You may have already answered this when you used the word versatility when you were talking about Edman. But I know you like Jason Hayward. You've spoke very highly of him, and it was a hard decision for you to let him go. But was that part of the reason, is that guys like Chris Taylor and Tommy Edman just provided you more versatile options?
Yeah, I mean, it was part that, but a big driver also was, when Mookie coming back and the way Rojas had played, and the fact that Mookie was going to right field also just made that something that, Mookie's going to play every day, obviously.
Sure.
And so had Mookie stayed on the infield, we still would have had some opportunity in right field. But once the decision was made to kick Mookie out to right, it just made the roster spot really difficult. And as painful as that was, I think it was something that guys understood, but didn't make it fun or easy.
Yeah. All right, so it's Flaherty in Game 1, Yamamoto in Game 2. Tell me about that decision and the way you anticipate those guys being used through the series.
Yeah, I mean, I think for Yama, it's something that with the time missed earlier this year, it was something that we never really got an opportunity to really acclimate him to a major league schedule. Before the year, the plan was to start to do that, just read and react based on how he's recovering, to where that could have put him in position, because the guy who goes Game 1 is in position to go Game 5 on regular rest, which for Yamamoto and what he's experienced in his professional career is short rest. And the Game 2 starter has an off day between 2 and 3 and an off day between 5 and 6, so that gets him that extra day that Yamamoto is accustomed to. So that was a big driver. With the time missed, we didn't really get the chance to adjust Yamamoto's schedule at all, and didn't feel like the first time we should do that was the playoffs with the added intensity.
Yeah, makes sense. Andrew Friedman, Dodgers president of baseball operations, joining us on ESPN LA. Andrew, you got a hard decision to make with Freddie Freeman. He's such a good hitter, and he's such a great guy. And I know you want him out there if he can anyway be out there, but there comes a point where if he can't run, you might actually be better without him. What goes into that decision for you? How do you determine whether or not, because he's gonna try and make you let him play. Obviously, he's competitive. How do you decide whether or not to put Freddie out there?
I think one big benefit, besides just winning the NLCS, was doing it in 6 games, which basically will give Freddie 6 full days off from playing, which I think is definitely going to be really helpful. It's not going to heal it entirely, but it's going to be very helpful. And so we'll just have to read and evaluate where that is. I feel very confident that he will be in the lineup Friday and, in position to help us win a game. And then we'll see how he wakes up the next day and kind of continue to read and react. And, we get a pretty good sense based on how he looks out there, how he's walking around the clubhouse in his prep work. And there have been some days that have been better than others, and can't say enough about just the toughness and how much he has inspired all of his teammates with everything he is doing to be out there. And so, I'm confident that he's going to be in position to help us win a game on Friday, and then we'll continue to read and react.
Andrew, at one point during the CS, Francisco Lindor had 13 plate appearances and faced 9 different pitchers. And they talked about John Smoltz talked about the law of exposure. The more times you see a guy, obviously. Is that sort of an approach that you use when you're facing the Sotos and the Judges and the Giancarlo Stantons of the world?
Yeah, I think it is just when you're dealt a bunch of lemons, you make lemonade. Like, we'd rather have him face 4 pitchers than have, Fernando throwing 150 pitches and shut them down, and that was ideal.
Did we lose him?
There it is. What? Nope. There.
Andrew, you there? I think we.
And he clicked off.
Yeah. Well, I think we got most.
I think we got
of
good
the
stuff
questions
out of
we
him.
wanted.
Yeah,
out
I
of him.
wanted to ask him if Vesey is going to be in the roster.
But Laura, you can try and get him back. But
he's
hold on,
back?
she may
Yeah.
have him.
Sorry about that, Andrew. Thank you.
I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. That happens all the time in our business. All right, Andrew.
So what I was saying is it's just about us then putting the 13 pitchers we have on our roster in the best position to help us win a baseball game. And so some games have looked a little more unusual, but we're trying to put us in position to score more runs than we allow and hopefully win 4 more games.
Okay, here's a weird one for you, Andrew. You got to settle an argument between Mason and I. Mason and I have different opinions on what a successful season.
Don't tell me which one is on which side.
Okay.
And then tell me who I'm siding with.
Okay. One of us has the Phil Jackson approach that the journey is the thing. That if winning the division matters, making the playoffs matters, that this is a successful season. Of course you want to win the World Series, but the season is a success if you make it to the World Series like you have. The other one has the Kobe Bryant approach, that if you don't win the World Series, the season is a failure, and that's it. What camp are you more in?
God, such a good question. And I'm going to frustrate some. You're going to get some insight into how my crazy brain works.
Okay.
I do not see the world in black and white at all. Like, everything to me is gray. And this is an example of that. Like, obviously, our ultimate goal is to win the World Series. And if anytime we lose the World Series in 17-18, I'm devastated.
Of course.
And that is our ultimate goal, and we came short, and that part is a failure. I just don't think of it as simply as there's one thing and that is it. There were other micro wins and experiences and journeys that were great and were successful. The macro, the big one, wasn't in that example, and that's not good at all and really, really frustrating. But it's hard because I and the people I work with, we devote so much time to this and so much time traveling and away from our families and the sacrifice that goes into it. It's hard for me to have the mindset of there are 29 failures and 1 success, and that is it.
Right.
It's just hard for me to pour ourselves into what we do with those kind of odds.
Yeah.
Or we're just not very smart people. So there's organizational wins, there's development, there's drafting, there's trades, there's staff development. There's so much that goes into this that I can't see it as simply as that. And it's kind of, at the crux of what is both good and bad about my mind.
Andrew, that's how I see it.
Wait a minute. You just backed out.
No. He said, that's exactly what he said. I think it's World Series or bust. That is my approach. I am a black and white guy. I'm not a journey guy. I'm a destination guy.
Right. So he agrees with me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's in there. Yeah, it's in there.
By the way, Andrew, if people don't know, Andrew's been coming on with us for a few years, and he and I both love The West Wing.
Oh, that's right.
It's like our all-time favorite show. Andrew, I still watch him. I will still, when I can't find something to watch, I'll throw on Max and watch him. Do you ever do that, or are you done with it?
I just went back a couple months ago and watched season 1. And it's amazing how well it's held up.
I know.
It's incredible to me.
Yeah,
how many topics are still relevant, how well written it was. It's incredible to me.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm surprised it didn't just lead you to seasons 2, 3, and 4, the 4 Sorkin years.
It will.
Yeah.
I just got busy, but it will, and I will get there. And it's nice that Sam Seaborn is a big Dodger fan.
That's
exactly.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, he's been out there.
One baseball question here to follow up. Obviously, Soto left-handed, hits righties really well. Alex Vesia wasn't on the CS roster. Is he going to be available?
I'm hoping so. We've got some questions to answer over the next couple of days, and running guys out and simulating as best we can to get a feel for different guys and who's going to be eligible. And I really hope we have some hard decisions to make because guys are in a really good spot. So Gratterall, Vesia, Miguel Rojas, there's a number of guys that are kind of, beating on the door, and we'll have to run them through some aggressive things over the next couple of days and see how they respond.
Andrew, hey, thank you for doing this, man. We always love talking to you.
Let's get to that destination, man.
We cannot tell you how much we're rooting for you. We're literally waiting for game one, and nobody can sleep, and we're super excited. So go get them.
And congratulations, man, for getting this far.
Thank you guys very much. And just thinking about a parade in the streets of L.A. gives me goosebumps every time I think of it.
Right there with you, man. Right there with you.
Us too.
Go get them. Best
Andrew,
of luck.
thank
Thanks,
you.
Andrew.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
There's Andrew Friedman. And coming up next, Jaime Jarrín.
Yeah. Hall of Famer Jaime Jarrín is coming up next.
That's the last time, you and I really don't get nervous.
Yeah.
Last time I was nervous, I told Laura this, is when you and I were here and he was sitting in there.
Yeah, I know.
He was over here doing something.
Yeah.
And I was actually we can't do our
I've
dumb.
got him watching
we can't do
me.
our dumb stuff that we do. I can't. I can't call Bergman a
Man is so
a tool
dignified.
bag.
Exactly. Exactly.
But we're going to talk to him next.
Yeah. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Oh, Beverly Hills Ortho. Thank you, Laura. Monica Madden at Beverly Hills Ortho. That's man. That is my orthodontist. She is fantastic. She knows that your smile, particularly a brighter, healthier smile, can turn your life around. At Beverly Hills Orthodontics, Dr. Madden is a top 1% Diamond Invisalign provider, so your smile is in expert hands. Look in the mirror. If there's anything you don't like about your smile, you got to go talk to Monica. She'll help you. And she has 4 convenient locations: Beverly Hills, Studio City, Alhambra, and downtown LA. She has a fantastic team. Here's how you can check them out. You can call this number, 877-7-LET'S-DO-THIS. That's 877-753-8736. 877-7-LET'S-DO-THIS or BeverlyHillsOrtho.com.
Hey football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
On our hybrids and plug-ins, as well as our all-electric models. So whether you decide to go with the Nero hybrid with an EPA estimated 53 mpg in the city, or a rugged Telluride, we have the car and the deal for you all month at Kia of Carson. Visit KiaofCarson.com, or better yet, come test drive a new Kia for a chance to win a sweet experience.
Hey, it's Mace. NFL fans, big news. We've got a major shakeup here in town with the Los Angeles Rams. That's right, Rams bringing in some huge talent, and it didn't require any trades or clearing any salary cap space. The Rams have brought on the one and only Jacob Emrani as their chosen legal partner. So remember, Rams fans, when you're injured, call the chosen legal partner of your favorite team. Call Jacob.
Accident or injury, call Jacob Emrani. Call Jacob.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
This is our big Dodgers half hour. Andrew Friedman, president of baseball operations, now the longtime Spanish language voice of the Los Angeles Dodgers, the legend Jaime Jarrín. Jaime, thank you so much for coming on. I know it's a difficult time, and we appreciate you.
Thank you very much, Steve and John. It's a pleasure for me to be with you.
Always, Jaime. And let's start with this. Fernando, I've tried to explain to people, but you can explain it better than me, that Fernando was a cultural phenomenon. That, Jaime, when the Dodgers, when you guys were playing games on a Tuesday, you would get 17,000 people. Then he'd pitch on a Wednesday, and 54,000 people would show up. I mean, this was all to see one guy. What was it like for you to broadcast his games and to be the voice of that phenomenon?
Well, you know, in our business, it is there is a big difference when you have a large audience or you don't have an audience.
Right.
So when you see the ballpark with 50,000 people, it looks like the words come more fluidly without any problem. So it was a big help for me, myself. I can talk about myself. Big help to have so many people following our broadcast, following the game, following Fernando.
You know, it's weird and amazing and sad that he passed away this week with the Dodgers about to play the Yankees in the World Series. I wonder what you remember about that 81 World Series.
That was so special because the Yankees won the first two games. It looked like the Yankees were going to sweep the Dodgers. Then here comes this kid, 20 years old, and to pitch the third game, and he had the most difficult game in his life. It wasn't his best game, but it was the toughest game for him. He stayed the whole 9 innings. He begged La Sorda to stay with him because he was having so many problems during the game. But finally, he got what he wanted. He said, "I am going to start the game, and I wanted to finish the game." And that was the key for the Dodgers to win that World Series in 1981. And 43 years later, they are going to face the Yankees again. It's unbelievable. And you know, the number 43, you just change it to the other way. It becomes 34.
Yes,
there you go.
Yes, that numerology's there.
Yeah,
you're right.
There you go. We're talking to Hall of Famer Jaime Jarrín, who called every one of Fernando Valenzuela's games when he pitched for the Dodgers. Jaime, you talked about the fact that he was 20 years old when he came onto the scene in L.A. and Fernando Mania started. I'm wondering, why didn't he get swallowed up? I mean, he had so much success as a 20-year-old, and he was, I mean, let's face it, Jaime, there was a time there for about 3 or 4 years where he was the most popular athlete in Los Angeles. He was right there with Magic Johnson. And they were, you know, those two guys were the face of the city. What about his personality? What about Fernando, in your opinion, allowed him to perform under those conditions?
The beautiful thing about Fernando is that he never changed at all. He told me that when he went to the mound in the first game of the 81 season, he told himself, "I am going to do my best, and this game will tell me if I have the talent or not to stay in the major leagues." And of course, he beat the Astros 2-0. That was the beginning of something very special, not only in Southern California. At the beginning, it was in Los Angeles. But in a matter of 3 or 4 months, everything went nationwide. We went to New York. It was a madhouse in Shea Stadium. We went to the White House that year, and we went to Chicago. They were averaging 12,000 people, but when Fernando pitched that game, they had 31,000 people sold out completely. And in Atlanta was the same. In St. Louis it was unbelievable. So the phenomenon of Fernando was not only in Southern California. He did for baseball like no other player did. He created so many new baseball fans, not Dodger fans, not Fernando's fans, but baseball fans. People that didn't care about baseball. People from Mexico, from Central America, from South America, they didn't care about baseball. They care only about soccer and boxing. That's it. But thanks to Fernando, baseball was alive again, because that year, 81, remember, it was going to be a strike.
Yeah.
And it was a bad time for baseball. We didn't have any idols in those days. It was really, and Fernando took the baseball by storm. He was just unbelievable. But he never changed. He was the same guy, very introvert, very reserved, didn't talk much, but he loved everything. Many people thought that he was so successful because he didn't realize what was going on around him. They were wrong. He knew exactly what was going on. I have never seen a smarter baseball player like Fernando. He knew how to pitch. He knew how to feel. He knew where to throw. He was perfection.
Well, listen, Jaime, it's a wonderful tribute, and I know the demands on your time are big today. So I appreciate, and we appreciate that you carved out a couple of minutes for us. Thank you very much for coming on, Jaime.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Steve. I don't know which one is which, but thank you to both of you. It was a pleasure, always a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you, Jaime.
Have a great week.
Hall of Famer Jaime Jarrín.
Fernando made a star out of Jaime.
Sure.
I mean, Jaime would have been a star anyway. He was the Spanish Vin Scully, but he's said many times when he's been with us that when Fernando came on the scene, his visibility, his popularity went through the roof.
Yeah.
All right, so, hey, Brian, did you and Laura write a What's Up Fool?
Yeah.
Let's do it next.
Yeah, I think we're going to do a little What's Up Fool coming up next. We got Game of Games a little bit later on. It's my game today. It's a World Series game. Give you a little tee that up for you. It's a little. It's not exactly a preview. It's more of a history. But we'll do that coming up, and What's Up Fool's next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Friday night, your USC Trojans are back at the Coliseum as they take on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights this Friday. Coverage kicks off at 6 p.m., and you'll hear the game and all the coverage on Talk Radio 790 KABC. That's right, here at USC on 790 KABC this Friday. Friday's game presented by Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. Come on out and cheer your Trojans. USC Rutgers, Friday night coverage at 6 p.m., kickoff at 8 from the Coliseum. Hear it all on 790 KABC. This is the Rams Report. Here's Travis Rogers.
The Los Angeles Rams win their second game of the season, beating the Las Vegas Raiders 20-15 to improve to 2-4 on the season and keep their playoff hopes alive as they get ready to play on a short week Thursday night against the Minnesota Vikings coming up in just a few days. They did this one on the back of the defense, no question about it. The Rams with 4 takeaways against the Raiders, including a pair of interceptions from Jalen McCullough, who had the pick 6 against Green Bay a couple of weeks ago. He continues to be a big part of the Rams defense. And Kobe Durant with 2 separate turnovers as well. An interception which set up the Rams' first touchdown of the afternoon, and then a forced fumble that was scooped up by Cameron Curl and returned for the Rams' second touchdown of the afternoon to give that Rams defense a huge lift along the way, taking the ball away, something they've really struggled with through the early part of the season. With today's Rams Report, I'm Travis Rogers.
That's today's Rams Report on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
Hey kids, Uncle Artie here from Pernia Law, here to tell you about our newest partnership deal with Matt Barnes, who has deep LA roots, former Bruin and pro basketball player for both LA teams.
If you're looking for the best possible results after an accident, call my guy, Uncle Artie, at Pernia Law. That's 844-DIAL-UNC. That's 844-DIAL-UNC.
That's right. Call us or slip into the DM, Uncle.Artie.
Uncle Artie's not just my friend, but he's your uncle in the business. Artie Pernia is a seasoned personal injury attorney who works with you, so you receive the best possible compensation for your case. Let Uncle Artie and the Pernia Law family provide peace of mind, so you can focus on recovery and getting back to you.
If you've been injured in an accident or you're unhappy with your current injury attorney, come to Pernia Law. We take care of you like family. That's why they call me Uncle Artie.
Call my guy, Uncle Artie, at Pernia Law. That's 844-DIAL-UNC. That's 844-DIAL-UNC.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
Are you ready to unleash the beast? Monster Energy is here to give you the edge this college tailgate season. Loaded with bold flavors, our powerful blend gives you the energy you need to push you beyond your limits. Tune in all season long with Monster, the energy drink of ESPN Radio College Football Tour. Power your performance with a drink that's as hungry for victory as you are. Crack open an ice-cold Monster and dominate your competition. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Grab yours today.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
All right, guys, I'm taking it away today.
All right, yeah, you take it away.
And we have another boogery incident.
Oh, another booger incident. Oh, it's a big year for boogers.
So Aaron Rodgers apparently was possibly seen eating his boogers during the Jets Sunday night game when they took on the Steelers and lost.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee asked him, I got to ask. And he goes, I've already been alerted to this. And actually, in the moment, I was thinking, man, I hope the camera isn't on me right now. It actually kind of looks like it. He says, but I've actually never eaten my boogers. That's one thing I'm very proud of. It's a tough look to try and defend because the video is a little incriminating. So do you guys really believe... I mean, I don't know if you've seen the video, but it looks like he dug in there.
I did watch the video.
Let me tell you something. I don't believe any of you. I don't believe Aaron Rodgers. I don't believe Mason. I don't believe Bergman the other day when he said he's never done it. I think
I've never done it, ever.
When you were a baby.
Not a single time in my entire life. When I was a little kid,
Don't believe you.
There's no way I went digging up my nose when I was a baby.
Don't believe you. It's something you do as you mature as a
really,
kid.
I
don't think
isn't.
I've done it since I was 5, but
Right.
I think I did it when I was 5.
Do you remember doing it, Ireland? Do you like...
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't remember doing it, but I'm
swear
sure
to
I
God
did.
I didn't do it. Put me on a lie detector. Never ate a booger. Never. And I watched the video,
Brian,
and that's exactly what Aaron Rodgers is doing.
If we put you in a lie detector, what would the lie detector? What would you answer, and what would it say?
I'd probably say no, but it'd probably be a lie. Like I said, like as a kid,
I think
Or
all
just
you people
sometimes,
are liars.
We just don't
Including
remember.
you, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I think he's lying.
Rodgers, Mason, Bergman, liar, liar, liar.
Pants on fire.
Digging around up there.
Now
and
you
then,
gotta finish it off there.
all the way in.
Yeah.
Up to a knuckle.
You know the weird
Wasn't that a
ones?
Seinfeld episode when he was in a cab and he was going like this? And
That's what I was going to say.
It looked like he was like, Lord, does it look like I'm picking my nose?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like when you're in traffic, right? Like I'll have a little itch and somebody sees me, I'm like, man, they really thought I was just up there, but I wasn't.
Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers, like he does a lot of times, has a casual relationship with the truth.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
What's up, fool?
All right, guys, so it was announced a couple days ago that Apple TV is going to be doing a special documentary around the Dodgers-Yankees World Series here that they're going to be putting on. It's all these new documentaries coming out. Are we going to watch it or not? But I want to know, what do you want to see behind the scenes? Like, if you're going to watch this, what are you hoping, like one piece of insight from this documentary at the World Series that, like, you would get the inside for.
Well, it would be fun to go back. They've met more in the World Series than any two teams. Matter of fact, they've met more than two teams in any sport other than Lakers Celtics.
Oh, wow.
They're both at 12.
Yeah.
Lakers played Celtics 12 times. So, but we, obviously most of us I mean, I remember a little about 77 and 78. The big thing I remember is the Reggie Jackson 3-home run game. Right. But I don't know any of the stories behind the guys who are in those games.
No, I don't either. I don't know.
Whatever it is, I'm watching it.
Yeah, I'm in. Is this they're also doing a 2004 one. Is that what you were talking about?
No,
that's
this
a
is
Red Sox one.
Yes.
Yeah, they're also doing a 2004 documentary about the Red Sox series over the Yankees.
They just announced it, I think, the day after it was, confirmed Dodgers-Yankees that, we're going to do this.
A big part of that 04 Red Sox series is Dave Roberts. He had the
right,
stolen base for the Red Sox.
The other thing is, after they were down 3-0, everybody drank a shot together before the
Cowboy
games.
up.
It's great. Jason Veritek led the charge.
What's up, Foo? Bottoms up. All right, guys, so a new sign at a New Zealand airport caught the attention of many, and it was posted on social media. It said, max hug time, 3 minutes. For Founder's farewells, please use the car park. So apparently, if you are saying goodbye to a loved one, you only have 3 minutes or less to say goodbye. If not, you're going to get kicked out to the car park. I don't know how you really enforce this. When I when I take my parents to the airport, I'm like, all right, bye, guys, see you. Get a good sleep on the plane.
3 minutes?
That's a long time.
By the way,
I've never hugged anybody for 3 minutes.
I have not either. I cannot imagine why you need 3 minutes
That's
to
a
say
long
hello
time.
or goodbye. I think it's a lot, but there's no way to enforce it. It's not.
I don't think you
somebody's
can.
not there with a stopwatch saying enough here. We're going to break this up.
So people were saying like if someone's leaving for like a long trip, they want to hold them longer. But I do agree that maybe you shouldn't do it where it's like the drop-off zone. People are trying to get in and out.
Take it to the curb.
Little tidbit for you guys.
Yeah.
As you know, I worship at the Church of Love Actually.
Oh yeah, that's the big scene at the end. Yeah,
the scene in the beginning and at the end is the arrivals terminal at Heathrow Airport, and it's actual footage of actual people. Those are not actors.
Okay.
They basically just put a camera in the airport and watched all the hugs.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
all the people and then Hugh Grant gives that speech where he talks about, he goes, when the planes hit the towers, all the messages that people on the plane said weren't messages of hate, they were messages of love. Whenever I get depressed, I go to the Heathrow Airport and look at the arrivals terminal.
Yep.
Because it'll cheer you up in 5 minutes. That's where you can see people at their best. When they haven't seen somebody that they really love in a long time, and you see how excited they are to get to see them.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never seen, even under those circumstances, I've never seen a hug last 3 minutes.
By the way, I don't know if Love Actually, it's not going to be at the Wallace Theater this year.
What?
The Love Actually.
That's
show.
an outrage.
It's such a good show. I've seen it 3 times
Me
now.
too.
But they're building this whole thing, a temporary structure in Inglewood, and they're going to do 3 shows there. One of them is Love Actually.
Oh.
There's a Quentin Tarantino show, and I can't think what the other one is.
Talk about opposites.
Yeah, I know, exactly. but there will still be a chance to see Love Actually, the musical, which is fantastic.
Which is so
I need
good.
to see it.
So good.
So good.
Yeah.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, looks like we have a new sale price. The ball has been sold. Ohtani, 50-50 home run ball, $4.39 million. Making
More
it
than any ball ever.
Yes, the ball specifically in sports history. And it kind of got me thinking, what is it going to take for a ball, football, basketball, baseball? Will anything ever pass the sale of this, historic ball percent?
Sure. I mean, it'll
Prices
go
up like
and
everything, right?
And one day somebody else is going to go 50-50. It may not be anytime soon. Or somebody, now that they've got the PEDs out of the game, somebody's going to have a monster home run. It might be Judge.
Right.
Has a monster home run year and hit 75 home runs. What did Bonds hit, 73?
70. Yeah, that sounds right, 73.
So maybe, the 75th home run ball then becomes that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not a memorabilia guy, so I wouldn't pay anything for any of this stuff, but I know memorabilia guys, and they look at that stuff as investments.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an investment. It's a stock. It's like buying a painting. Like you buy a Picasso for $1 million, and next year it's worth $10 million. That happens with all these memorabilia items too. The good ones. Now, some of them are kind of dumb. People buy weird stuff that I don't think will ever have any future value. But in this case, I think that ball, years from now, will sell for double that.
And there's still a little caveat around that. I know, like the 18-year-old who's sued said, got ripped from me, and it's still kind of like in arbitration or whatever kind of.
Yeah,
but that guy's got no
that
case,
guy's not
right?
going to win.
Yeah.
No,
He wants money.
I would have taken the $300,000 and walked out without ever thinking it would be worth 4.3.
Probably the
Hell
same.
no.
Well, I'm not giving you my
Somebody walks up
investments.
to you.
Seriously.
Somebody walks up to you with a bag of $300,000.
Right.
You say no thanks?
No, okay, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. I swear I'm telling the truth. I would have given the ball to Shohei.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm keeping the ball.
What, you get a season ticket?
No.
Here, will you sign my hat?
You
Well,
hit
yeah,
it.
seriously.
No, you
World
hit
Series
it.
tickets.
Here's the ball.
Season tickets?
No. I can get tickets when I need them.
Yeah, I would have taken at least $300,000 if that was the initial offer. I would have needed to counter offer like this guy did.
Yep,
$4.3 million. Yeah,
he was smart.
Give me the money. Give me the money. All right, guys, we have a lot of cool holidays like on this national days today.
Oh, okay.
One of them was Slap Your Coworker Day, but I'm not
Nice.
trying to get you guys in trouble and ask you who would you would
We
slap.
will not slap each other.
I mean,
either.
you guys have with tortillas.
We have. We slapped each other with tortillas. That's correct.
But I
can't
will.
remember who won the slap off
I
with the
did.
tortillas.
I did. You spit out all your water.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All over you.
All over me. Exactly.
So I want to know, it is National Horror Movie Day.
Yeah.
What is your favorite horror movie or horror franchise?
Ooh, that's a great question.
So
I would probably say, gun to my head, if I had to pick one, because I'm not a big horror movie guy.
Yeah.
The Shining freaked me
Oh,
out.
The Shining
that's
is so
a good one.
And
All
I'm a big
work and
Nicholson
no
fan,
play.
so I think that's probably where I would go.
It's a classic.
Either that or The Exorcist.
The
Those
Exorcist.
Oh, that one's good.
Freaked me out. Now I will not see any scary movies anymore. Not a single one.
Oh.
We rented on.
Would you go, if they did another Get Out? Would you go see that?
Yeah, but is that a horror movie? It's horrible, but it's not a horror movie like a total
Suspenseful.
slasher.
Yeah,
like Smile 2
like The
and
Ring.
stuff like
oh,
that.
Smile was lame.
Smile looks Smile 2 looks terrible. We bought The Conjuring one night, and I finally said, I got to turn this off. It's just makes me super uneasy.
So The Conjuring is like on some real stuff. So I think that's why it makes it more eerie.
Yeah, but I grew up on Friday the 13th. I grew up on Freddy Krueger. I grew up on Michael Myers. Those are probably the legendary guys. If you're talking about horror
true story.
movies.
Have you guys heard this? The movie that scared Bergman more than any other movie ever?
Yeah, that's great.
Ernest Scared Stupid.
It's
What?
got a terrifying moment in
Yeah.
it.
What?
He claims he was a little kid and he saw it and it freaked him the hell out.
What?
Yeah.
I ask him. He'll back it up. He'll go like this. He'll go, "You don't understand. I was a little kid and it's scarier than hell." He will not back down from this position.
That's weird. I'm sorry. I don't buy that. Brian, what about you?
I like when I was a kid. I really liked the Chucky franchise.
Oh,
yeah.
That was something about the little killer doll just charging at you.
You know what? Because it's never like super. Because he's always got a punchline.
It is kind of a little comedy.
You're like, it's
Yeah.
a little bit of
It
a
is.
comedy.
And at the end of the day, it's like, come on, if you can't get away from a little doll,
Yeah,
it's
By the way,
on
that
you.
is true. How the hell did that doll kill people? I mean, it's a doll. Just
Smart
kick that
little
thing
doll.
down
Smart.
the hall.
Just
I
kick
mean,
it.
Kick it.
Kick
That's
it with the little
How
knife.
did it get to you? It's a doll. It's a walking doll. God. All right.
It killed a lot of people, though.
It did. No, Chucky.
All right, is that it?
Oh, I
That's what
mean,
we got for
You're
you.
going to end
All
on
right,
Chucky? End on Chucky. All right. Coming up next for you, here's what I want to do, John. USC is just a mess.
They are 3-4 now.
But there is one guy who says, don't worry, it's going in the right direction.
Really?
Play that for you next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, if you're trying to sell your house, you got to call Seller's Advantage. Everyone has different reasons for selling. Some people want to downsize and move. Some people have inherited a property that they want to get rid of, or maybe you just want to change. Whatever your reason for selling, Seller's Advantage has a custom solution for your needs. They'll make a competitive cash offer, and you don't need any repairs because they can close in days. No complicated closing process or contracts falling through. Sellers Advantage have been making sellers happy for decades, and they have the reviews to prove it. Call them today. Get a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-AS-IS. That works out to 888-390-2747 or sellersadvantage.com.
Friday night, your USC Trojans are back at the Coliseum as they take on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights this Friday. Coverage kicks off at 6 p.m., and you'll hear the game and all the coverage on Talk Radio 790 KABC. That's right, here at USC on 790 KABC this Friday. Friday's game presented by Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. Come on out and cheer your Trojans. USC Rutgers, Friday night coverage at 6 p.m., kickoff at 8 from the Coliseum. Hear it all on 790 KABC.
Just like in sports, you can never predict an accident. It will come when you least expect it. Travis Rogers here with DeMarco Farr to tell you about our friend, Joseph S. Normand.
If you're in any accident, call Joseph at 213-747-2000. The team at Normand Legal is ready to help you and achieve the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Joseph at 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. You have many choices in a legal team, but family always comes first.
Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. The law office of Joseph S. Normand.
One 877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
NextGen is the official plumbing, heating, and AC company of SoCal sports fans. For just $14.99 a month, enjoy year-round coverage for all your plumbing, heating, and AC needs. No unexpected timeouts, just total peace of mind. As a NextGen member, you get complimentary multi-point tune-ups, annual water heater flushes, plumbing safety inspections, and VIP 2-hour priority service. Don't miss out. Call 833-3-NEXGEN today or visit nextgenaaronplumbing.com.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3NEXTGEN.
Welcome, football fans, to another game day at the Gridiron. After seeing your beautiful automobiles at the tailgate, we're calling an audible so you can save on gas. That's right. Football fans save big on game days. Save 35 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. That's a touchdown for the tailgate. Download the Shell app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and fill up with the official fuel of the Los Angeles Rams. Restrictions apply. Limited time at participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com/Rams.
Hey Rams fans, we've teamed up with Bloom Ranch to ensure we have the healthiest fans in the league. That's why we're committed to delivering some of the freshest fruits and veggies to your door. And here's the best part. The first 100 boxes are on us. That's right. We're giving away the first 100 boxes. After that, enjoy 30% off on your first box upon signing up at www.bloomranchofacton.com and enter promo code ThankYouRams. There are no fans like Rams fans. Winning and getting healthier together is the real flex. So hurry, this offer won't last forever. Follow Bloom Ranch on IG and share how you're getting healthier using hashtag BloomRamFit.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Come on, Dan. Finish the set strong. I can't. I've really fallen off in the gym since I turned 40. I just can't push through like I used to.
Could it be lower testosterone?
Lower T?
It happened to me when I turned 40. When you hit 40, your body has less testosterone. So I got Nugenix Total T, and it changed the game for me.
Nugenix? I've seen that on TV.
For over a decade, Nugenix has helped guys boost their testosterone levels, making it easier to trim up and stay lean.
Nugenix really changed things for you?
I'm lifting like I did in my 20s, and it's not just at the gym I feel better. It's at work and the bedroom.
I want to try Nugenix.
We're giving out complimentary bottles for people to try.
Text ACTIVE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help get you back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text ACTIVE to 321-321. That's ACTIVE to 321-321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
So I was looking around today at some baseball stuff. John, Rob Manfred says, do not call it a robot ump, but they are moving towards that. He likes to call it the automated strike zone because there is no robot involved. And he says the league will test it during spring training coming up.
Good. Long overdue.
The other thing they're experimenting with, and I think this is stupid in the Arizona Fall League, the right for anybody that gets called on a check swing strike to challenge it. You tap your head, and then they go to the camera, and they figure out.
Bad idea.
Slows down the game.
Yep.
Call on the field. We don't need that. So they're still experimenting, which is smart and good, and I think all of it has led baseball to a really good place.
Who is it that thinks USC is moving in the right direction?
Well, you know Joel Klatt?
Yeah.
From Fox.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's terrific. Brian?
You know what it is? What?
No, this
Texas
is Colin.
2 years ago. That's what USC is right now.
Say that again.
USC is at a point that Sark was 2 years ago. Remember when Sark would always lose those close games? Remember, it's like, oh, they could have beat or should have beat Alabama, but didn't. You know, and why? Well, their offensive line was young. Remember? And guess what they've got now? All those same offensive linemen, and they're the best team in college football. So let's go back to the talent retention. USC will be just fine as long as Lincoln can retain the talent on the line of scrimmage. If he can take these guys that are playing as redshirt freshmen and young players, and if he can take them and continue to grow them, continue to play difficult games, and you know what? Yeah, win some of them, but retain those players, then next year and the year after, guess what? They're the ones that are going to be controlling tempo. They're the ones that are going to be able to control 4-minute offense. They're the ones that will be able to drive down and not have the quarterback under so much pressure, because that's what Texas was. Remember 2 years ago, people in Austin were like, hey, man, is Sark really, like, are we sure about Sark? And now, toast to the town. Texas is the best team in college football. They're undefeated. They should beat Georgia. And why? They developed. And they did so at the line of scrimmage.
So there's Joel Klatt saying, look, Sark lost a lot of close games 2 years ago, and he figured it out. Lincoln's going to figure it out, too.
I said that at the beginning of the week. I think that Lincoln Riley is closer to getting this right than people think. Everybody is looking at the sky falling.
The sky has fallen.
You guys have been in every game.
Yeah.
This isn't Clay Helton losing by 30.
I'm going to, again, tell you that I am a destination guy, not a journey guy. This journey sucks.
Even though you tried to weasel with Andrew Friedman.
I didn't try to weasel. I told him exactly what I thought.
No, you said he agreed with me, and then you said, oh, yeah, he was half with me.
Wait a minute. If you go back, he was half with me and half with you. Oh, my God. He was like doing some crazy dance.
No.
If you go back and listen to that, he agreed with both of us.
He did not.
He absolutely agreed with both of us at the same time.
Okay, here is a tweet from JR.
Yeah.
Mason is such a wimp.
Oh, shut up.
You've always said World Series or it's a failure.
Correct.
I, as a Dodgers season ticket holder, appreciate the journey and the successes. You'll never be happy if you think it's championship or bust. It's not realistic. Can't win every year.
So he's telling you that you're right.
Correct.
Right, and I'm telling you and JR that you're both wrong.
Right, and Andrew Friedman agreed with us.
Now, I want to pull that Andrew
Brian,
Friedman
who did
answer.
Andrew Friedman agree with?
I believe he said it's a little bit of a gray area.
He said it was all a gray area. He actually said it was a gray area.
Right, no, and you're black and white. You're championship or bust.
Right, but he said answering the question is in the gray area.
Along the
I want you to pull that friggin' answer because I know that I'm right and you're wrong.
The thing about I actually agree with Joel Klatt about Lincoln Riley, but if he goes on a losing streak now, if he loses to Notre Dame and UCLA.
And Rutgers.
Does he survive it?
See, I personally, 2 weeks ago, I would have said yes. But
you're now in a place where you think it's possible.
Talking to a bunch of USC people.
Well, Lendale White wants him out.
Yeah, Lendale White has wanted every coach out.
Matt Leinert's right there on the edge.
Very close.
Yeah.
No, I think that there is now significant pressure on Lincoln Riley if the program goes into free fall. And right now, they're 3-4. If they finish 6-6 and continue to slide, I think there are going to be real questions, real pressure, and I think there's a chance they move him out.
I don't think you're crazy, but I think it would be a mistake only because they fired Sark. How's he doing now? They fired Lane. How's he doing now? Sometimes it's not
frankly,
always
those
the
guys
coach.
didn't win when they were here.
But those guys got blown out.
And deservedly so.
No, those guys got blown out in games. Lincoln Riley never gets blown out. The games they just don't close. He's just got to learn how to close. But I'm with you on what you just said. I don't know if he survives it if he goes 6-6 or if he has a losing. USC is one. There's a handful of jobs in the world. Not very many in sports, but there's a handful. Manager of the Yankees, manager of the Dodgers, coach of the Lakers, coach of the Cowboys, coach at USC, coach at Ohio State.
You're basically the seat is
Alabama.
The seat is warm when you get there.
Well, no, it's. I can summarize it even more tightly than that. Win or you're fired.
Yeah, true.
There aren't very many jobs like that, but there are some. Win or you're fired. Ask Darvin Ham. He had 2 winning seasons, fired.
Right.
You can't always get away with 6-6 or 5-7. Even though Lincoln Riley is competitive in all these games,
right?
He's got to win a few of them if he's going to survive it.
Right.
It's win or you're fired. So I don't think you're crazy to suggest that he could be out if he goes in a swoon here.
No, he could beat UCLA and Notre Dame, and then I would say, sure.
Yeah, then his
bring him
buyout's
back.
too big, and you bring him back.
Exactly.
Does it matter that Lincoln Riley there's a new AD, or do you think that this AD didn't hire him?
Correct. Jen Wolcott did not hire. No,
Is that
it's
her
not
last
Jen
name?
Jen.
You know who that is?
I do
Jen
know
Cohen.
who that is. Jen Cohen. Yeah, Jen Wolcott. I know who it
Jennifer
is.
Walcott was the Toy Time girl who posed in Playboy, who used to come in and play games with me and Singer.
This
and Mason.
is not that person.
Yeah, she's married to Adam Archuleta.
Oh, I didn't realize
who's
that.
Spiro's partner on the NFL on Fox.
Yeah.
Or on CBS. Spiro works for CBS. But does that matter that Jen Cohen didn't hire him?
I do. I think it absolutely does.
Isn't $100 million, though, a Carol Folt decision? The AD probably can't fire him without...
Probably a Wayne Hughes decision.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, what am I saying?
Yeah. All right, so we've got that Andrew Friedman clip.
Okay.
I want you to listen very carefully to this again. It includes your question. Okay, so tell me who's right here. Hit it, Brian.
Okay, here's a weird one for you, Andrew. You got to settle an argument between Mason and I. Mason and I have different opinions on what a successful season.
Don't tell me which one is on which side.
Okay.
And then tell me who I'm siding with.
Okay. One of us has the Phil Jackson approach that the journey is the thing. That if winning the division matters, making the playoffs matters, that this is a successful season. Of course you want to win the World Series, but the season is a success if you make it to the World Series like you have. The other one has the Kobe Bryant approach, that if you don't win the World Series, the season is a failure, and that's it. What camp are you more in?
God, such a good question. And I'm going to frustrate some. You're going to get some insight into how my crazy brain works.
Okay.
I do not see the world in black and white at all. Like, everything to me is gray. And this is an example of that. Like, obviously, our ultimate goal is to win the World Series. And if anytime we lose the World Series in 17-18, I'm devastated.
Of course.
And that is our ultimate goal, and we came short, and that part is a failure. I just don't think of it as simply as there's one thing and that is it. There were other micro wins and experiences and journeys that were great and were successful. The macro, the big one, wasn't in that example, and that's not good at all and really, really frustrating. But it's hard because and the people I work with, we devote so much time to this and so much time traveling and away from our families and the sacrifice that goes into it. It's hard for me to have the mindset of there are 29 failures and one success, and that is it.
Right.
It's just hard for me to
how is that not
pour
agreeing with me?
ourselves into
Because
what we
earlier
do
he said our ultimate goal is a failure.
Right, but he said
we didn't
did you
reach
not hear
our
any of the macro thing?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he's definitely agreeing with both of you.
He is.
How
He's
is he
on
agreeing
both
with Mason?
sides. He's on both
Because
sides.
He's saying I took notes.
Yep.
He's saying the ultimate goal came short, which the ultimate goal is getting the World Series.
Yes.
So they're short there, and that's a failure.
He said
so
it's a failure.
He did say that. But he also said journeys, we had many journeys that are successful, but the macro wasn't, which, again, right? But he did have micro wins, so it's both.
Yeah, Mason doesn't believe in micro wins. He says you got to win it all or it's a failure.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Okay, well, then he's with John.
No.
You don't, bro. You're all macro.
Wait a minute.
You're all macro.
That's
You
not-
win it all or it's a failure. That's your position,
No,
right?
micro, I'm super focused on just winning it all.
No,
That's
micro is the Tommy Edman trade was a win.
Yes,
The
that's what he means.
NLCS over the Mets was a win. These are successes that are to be celebrated.
Yes.
You are. Everything's a
They
failure.
better win
if
it
you
all.
Yeah.
You don't even know he disagreed with you.
Because I hear what I want to hear.
That is very
That's
true.
it. You are
'cause-
so narcissistic
No,
that you don't even know he just disagreed with you.
I heard him say World Series and failure, and I'm like, oh, ding, ding,
Exactly.
ding.
You
And
tuned
ignored
out.
the
Yeah.
95% of the other stuff.
Brian,
I'm
which
like,
do you think?
I took notes.
At the very end, too, he does say, I can't view it as a failure. So.
Yeah, I mean, what is confusing to you?
I do understand where you got confused, Mace, because he did start off with saying the ultimate goal came short. That's a failure.
He did
and
say
you
that's a
tuned
failure.
out everything
Yes,
else
and
after
once
that.
Mason got that, he said,
know what?
I'm right, I win.
You know, in the future, just cut the sound right where he
got you next
says
time.
that's a failure. Because then the rest of that stuff did not help my case at all. At all. All right.
Get that Joe Mazzulla stuff.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, the something really, winning is here I am, win or else. But realistically, there's a perspective that Joe Mazzulla, head coach of the Boston Celtics, brings to that question, and we will do that coming up next. Then it's Game of Games, and it is my game today. It is World Series themed. Hey, the November 5th general election is around the corner, and older adults are the most powerful voters in the country. AARP has a long history of helping voters get the information they need without all the partisan spin. So here's what you need to know. All registered voters should have received your vote-by-mail ballot by now, and then the deadline to register to vote actually has passed. On Election Day, November 5th, polling places are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., and vote-by-mail ballots got to be postmarked by November 5th and received by November 12th. Also, changes this year. I just went through my ballot last night. Changes this year. The state referenda will now ask, keep the law or overturn the law instead of yes or no. And also, all polling places must offer curbside voting. Visit aarp.org/CA votes or text 22777 with the phrase CA votes for more information and resources. AARP is empowering you to vote for the future that you want. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Ortho are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. Could be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, or you could nominate yourself. You could win prizes like sweet tickets, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, or the grand prize, Invisalign. Enter now at ESPNLA.com, and remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Ortho.
Comes in. The Water Boys specializes in pressurized leak detection. All they do, day in and day out, is go to homes and find leaks. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows them to visually and acoustically inspect your pipes to find that stubborn leak that's constantly flowing. It can be anything from a failing toilet to a burst pipe in your slab. You don't even know it existed. They have ample amounts of experience from water damage restoration to general construction and plumbing that, when combined, allows them to master the art of leak detection. They do non-destructive leak detections, which means they're not going to open or damage the structure of your home. Their equipment is advanced enough to listen to the exposed surfaces and indicate where the leak is occurring. They are widely used by homeowners, property managers, and even realtors to inspect pressurized water systems to make sure they're intact and functioning with no leaks. Call Omer at the Waterboy Leak Detection today, 818-518-5055. Visit thewaterboyinc.com. That's the Waterboy Leak Detection at 818-518-5055. Talk to Omer. He's going to take good care of you at the Waterboy. Visit thewaterboyinc.com.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Big news, Rams fans. Your favorite team added some new personnel. I'll cue up the announcement. Here we go. With the next pick in the NFL draft, the Los Angeles Rams have chosen Jacob and Ronnie as their chosen legal partner. That's right. The Rams decided to call Jacob. So remember, Rams fans, when you're injured, call the chosen legal partner of your favorite NFL team. Call Jacob.
Call Jacob.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1225. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225 or biglou.com.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
All right, just a note to pass along. Wayne Hughes, who I referenced in the last segment, passed away 3 years
storage,
ago.
Right? Oh, did he?
Yeah, passed away 3 years ago.
Okay.
But the House of...
fellow well met.
Yeah, absolutely. The House of Victory Collective would be the one that would jump in and help with the buyout of Lincoln Riley if all goes wrong. If all goes wrong.
But
yeah.
What do I know?
Yeah. All right, so... this actually kind of feeds into the conversation about winning is everything. And championships are everything. And championship or bust.
Yeah, kind of like what we were talking about with the Dodgers.
Exactly, which I was right about. And don't snort.
You were so... He completely disagreed with you, and you didn't even notice.
I just heard him say failure, and I was like, see? I agree.
So gave you 10%.
Joe Mazzulla, the head coach of the Boston Celtics, who's an interesting guy. Actually, John set this up. He had
All right, so he was asked, how much pressure are you under? The Celtics are overwhelming favorites to repeat as champions. And, of course, nobody's repeated for 6 years.
Right.
So when the Warriors had Kevin Durant and they won 2 in a row. And so they ask him, you may even hear the question here, how much pressure are you under to get this done? And his answer is very direct and somewhat blunt.
Yeah.
But I think he's right.
Yep.
Listen to him.
Zero. No question. We're all going to be dead soon, and it really doesn't matter anymore, so there's zero pressure. You're either going to win or you're not. And when you win, you try to forget about it a week later, and when you lose, you try to forget about it a week later. And so it's not pressure, it's an opportunity. And we have an opportunity here over the next few years, however long we're together. We've said this in the past, we have an opportunity to carry the organization forward, to double down on the tradition and the history of what this organization has. And what else would you expect than someone expecting you to win all the time? I wouldn't want someone expecting me to lose all the time. That would be debilitating. So we have an expectation to win. We have great character, great talent, and we just have to work to maximize that, and we're going to rely on the players to do that.
Boston.
There you go.
All right.
I wanted to get that in there
The
at the end.
very beginning of that is what I found interesting.
Yeah.
How much pressure are you under to win? Well, we're all going to die soon.
Now, does he think there's a comet heading towards Earth and we're all an asteroid and we're all going to die soon?
All the pressure off. Like, let's say you have a big meeting tonight or a big game or a big anything, something you're a little nervous about for whatever reason. If I told you you're going to die tomorrow, you probably wouldn't be all that worried about the meeting.
Right.
It's like, oh, really? I'm going to die tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, and there's no pressure to do well in this meeting. I'm not going to be here.
Right, true. Well, we'll all die eventually.
Yeah, play the beginning of that again, Brian.
Zero. No pressure. We're all going to be dead soon, and it really doesn't matter anymore.
We're all going to be dead soon. It really doesn't matter. Isn't he right?
No.
Why isn't he right?
He's not. We will be dead someday.
Right.
But in the meantime, we want to
You
have.
and I are closer to dead than born.
I don't know. I'm about halfway. I'm at the halfway
You think
point.
you're going to live to be 120? Why not?
I will be great in my 110s.
Okay. I wouldn't want to live to be 110.
No, I don't.
Check me out at 90.
I want to live till a day before miserable. If I'm
There you
still
go.
happy, great. But if I'm not, just go ahead.
No, what was the Tuesday with Maury thing?
Tuesdays? Well, as soon as I can't wipe my own ass.
That's the one.
That's when you want to go.
Yeah. You don't want somebody else doing that for you.
So we'll all be dead soon. Oh, but congratulations to the Clippers opening their new building tonight. And look who's not playing.
On the same day, they announced that, or Shams announces that Kawhi Leonard will be out not for days, but for weeks.
So it's like James Harden against the
So
world.
if Michael's here, his first pick in the draft would be Joel Embiid, and his second pick would be Kawhi.
That's the all-Michael team.
The all-Michael first team All-NBA team.
Who are they playing Minnesota now? I saw the
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Okay, I saw the Minnesota team is still hanging around downstairs.
Yeah, they're going to Utah, I think.
Okay.
Portland, maybe.
I saw some Minnesota people down there.
Golden State opens at Portland tonight, and then Phoenix plays the Clippers tonight and the Lakers on Friday.
If you happen to go to the Intuit Dome to see whatever.
Yeah, you're the only one I know who's actually been there.
Yeah, it is. It's really, really nice.
It looks nice.
The scoreboard thing is cool. It's the arc like they have it, and then the greatest feature of all is the urinal shelf. And if I was AEG and I had a chance to add shelves to the urinals, I would do it right away. Apparently, they're standard in Vegas. They're standard at the Balmer. Do you think there's any chance that Michael Roth will add or Lee Zeidman will add urinal shelves to the amenities at Crypto?
I think the person you want is Dan Beckerman because Lee Zeidman and Michael Roth don't control the budget.
Oh, they don't.
No,
that
would cost that
just a shelf.
Look, I'm mad at them because they said no preseason games at Crypto for the Lakers or the Kings because we're redoing the whole place.
Yes.
And then they did like half of it.
Right, they had all summer.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be I don't think like you had that story earlier that they're going to convert the plaza.
Yeah.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Well,
I think
what do you think all those fences are?
No, I think they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely going to do it. But they said they were going to redo the locker rooms for the Kings and the Lakers, and those didn't get done.
They didn't get done?
So it'll get done. It's just a matter of will it be done this. You think it's going to be done in January?
The ETA, I was talking to, what's the guy that runs the Nokia Theater? I see him all the time. He says it'll be done in January.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So that's the goal. That's the target. All right. It's my game today.
All right. Do we want to get Bergman in here to play? He's around, right?
Yeah. He can be our Super Crosstalk guy too. Him and
tell
CY
Bergman
are
to get
playing.
in here, Laura. Go find Bergman.
And we'll
so
do
he can play a game of games.
Do some game of games. It's World Series related. We will do it next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right. If you are hiring, it can take up to talking about things that take a long time. It can take up to 11 weeks on average to hire for an open job. You don't have 11 weeks. Use ZipRecruiter. Right now, you can use it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter uses powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. How quick? 4 out of 5 people, employers who post on ZipRecruiter, get a quality candidate within 1 day. As Ian Siegel, the inventor of ZipRecruiter, says, they don't leave anything to chance. They're not messing around. You want to get a quality candidate, and you want to get a quality candidate fast, use ZipRecruiter, and right now you can use it for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Well, thank you, John. Hey, if you have ever had trouble finding your favorite team's game and you couldn't find that outstanding matchup that you were looking for because there's so many channels and streaming services, now there is no more searching and hunting. Where to Watch has got you covered. Where to Watch is a new feature that you can find on ESPN.com and on the free ESPN app.
Have you used this thing yet?
Not yet. Is it cool?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I was gonna look at it tonight. Every channel, right?
Every game, like let's say, where's the UCLA football game?
Yeah.
Just go to that, and
That's what I need.
I mean, eliminates all the flipping.
Right, exactly. So Where to Watch is your one-stop shop with one-click access to ESPN network streams and all other networks, tens of thousands of events across sports and leagues, NFL, college football, men's, women's college hoops, the NBA, MLB, NHL, so much more. Listen, Where to Watch is available now on the ESPN app and ESPN.com. You can access it from any web browser at ESPN.com/where to watch today. That's ESPN.com, Where to Watch. Check that out. It will simplify your life. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Friday night, your USC Trojans are back at the Coliseum as they take on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights this Friday. Coverage kicks off at 6 p.m., and you'll hear the game and all the coverage on Talk Radio 790 KABC. That's right, here at USC on 790 KABC this Friday. Friday's game presented by Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. Come on out and cheer your Trojans. USC Rutgers, Friday night coverage at 6 p.m. Kickoff at 8 from the Coliseum. Hear it all on 790 KABC.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforming-LAX. That's flylax.com/transforming-LAX.
It's SUV month at Kia of Carson, and you can get sweet deals on the last of the 24 Tellurides and win a sweet night experience for you and 3 guests for just a test drive. Compliments of Kia of Carson and ESPN LA. We have great deals on our hybrids and plug-ins, as well as our all-electric models. So whether you decide to go with the Nero hybrid with an EPA estimated 53 mpg in the city or a rugged Telluride, we have the car and the deal for you all month at Kia of Carson. Visit KiaofCarson.com.
Park, party, play at Hollywood Park Casino. Listen to Travis and DeMarco to win the ultimate game day prize pack. VIP tailgate passes plus game day tickets. Listen to your cue to call and don't miss your chance to win the ultimate game day experience. Park, party, and play with me at Hollywood Park Casino. Must be 21 and older to enter.
ESPN and Children's Dental Fun Zone for a smile-worthy celebration on Sunday, October 27th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. as the doors open to Children's Dental Fun Zone in Colton. Kids can dress up in their favorite costume and visit the trunk or treat. Parents meet the doctors and staff and enjoy food, games, raffles, and giveaways. 1280 East Washington Street in the city of Colton. Visit their Instagram at CDF Zone or visit their website, cdfzone.com.
Be sure to listen to Rams Super Bowl champion DeMarco Farr every Monday in the 9 a.m. hour on his new show, The Travis and DeMarco Show. He's going to give you his best of from the whole football weekend. And you know, when DeMarco serves up a best of, you know it means something. Don't miss it. They've got their best of the weekend, plus your chance to win a Fantasy Springs Weekend Getaway prize pack with your best of. That's Mondays in the 9 a.m. hour on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. Made possible by Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Escape the everyday at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino, just minutes from Palm Springs.
You've seen him on the roast of Tom Brady, and you've heard him host the #1 podcast in the world, Kill Tony. Now see Tony Hinchcliffe perform stand-up comedy live at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino, Saturday, November 16th. The man behind millions of views worldwide and countless sold-out shows brings his stand-up set to you. Critics call him a must-see. Don't miss this stand-up comedian, writer, podcast host, and professional wordsmith, Tony Hinchcliffe. Tickets on sale now at FantasySpringsResort.com.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the propane tank on your grill first before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up. Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't check the propane? Who wants chips?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Salt and vinegar?
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my superhydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Superhydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland.
Game of Games.
Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
Free in a while. Yeah, we could use a good potpourri of lies.
Oh, potpourri of lies.
Who would you guys rather, Brian and Laura, who would you rather have do the game on Friday, Greg or Pepe?
Pepe.
We haven't had a potpourri of lies in a while.
Yeah.
I'm in the mood for some lies.
Yeah, and you know, since he hasn't done it in a while, he'll lie up a storm on Friday.
Oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna text Pepe now.
yes.
He's gonna do it so gladly.
He will love getting in for a game. All right, so it's my game today, and let me find you here. It's related to the World Series and World Series history. So we've got all of these are either or, so there are two choices on each question.
Gotcha.
Number one, what team won the first World Series in 1903? It was either the Boston Pilgrims or the Pittsburgh Pirates, Bergman.
Boston Pilgrims.
Ireland?
I'm with Greg. Pilgrims.
Laura?
Why would I go against Bergman? But I'm going to do it anyways. The other one.
You're going to the Pittsburgh Pirates?
Yeah.
Okay, and Brian?
I go Pilgrims.
Pilgrims is the right answer. They actually beat the Pittsburgh Pirates in the World Series.
Everybody but Laura's on the board.
By the way, they played a 9-game series, and Boston won 5-3.
Yeah, but I remember the 9-game thing because of 8 men out.
Oh, that's right.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. That's exactly what I do.
All right, number two. How much will each member of the Dodgers make for winning the World Series? It is either $310,000 or $750,000. Ireland?
$750,000.
Okay, Lar?
$750,000.
$750,000. Brian?
$750,000.
$750,000. And Bergman?
You said win, right?
Winning World Series share.
$750,000.
Yeah, correct answer is $310,000.
I thought they made $750,000.
No, $310,000.
I actually thought I read that.
Yeah, no, $310,000. Number three. Who holds the record for most career World Series home runs? Career World Series home runs. It's either Mickey Mantle or Joe DiMaggio, Laura.
Mickey.
Mickey. Brian.
DiMaggio.
DiMaggio. Bergman.
DiMaggio.
DiMaggio. Ireland.
Mantle.
It is Mickey Mantle, yes. Mantle has 16 career World Series home runs. Babe Ruth is second with 15. So it's Ireland 2, Brian 1, Laura 1, Bergman 1. Number 4. What was the first year that the World Series was broadcast on television? First year it was broadcast on television. It was either 1947 or 1952, Brian.
52.
52. Bergman.
52.
52. Ireland.
52.
52. Laura.
47.
Laura takes the point. It was 1947.
I actually knew that because on this day.
Oh, because of on this day. Sure.
That's
a big advantage. All right. Number 5. There has been one unassisted triple play in World Series history. Who executed it? It is either Bill Wambsgans or Tris Speaker. Wambsgans or Speaker. Bergman.
Speaker.
Speaker. Ireland.
I was going to say Wambsgans,
So
but it's from, that was the name of one of the people on Succession, but maybe they got it from there. I'll go Wambsgans.
Wambsgans. Laura.
I think you're right.
I'm also going Wambsgans.
And Brian.
I'll go Speaker.
Correct answer is Wambsgans.
Wasn't that a name from Succession?
It was Tom Wambs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So
He did
Laura,
it.
you got that one,
He
right?
did it
Yes,
in
I did.
1920 for the Cleveland Indians. All right, number 6. It's Ireland 3, Laura 3, Bergman 1, Brian 1.
Oh, I'm really far back.
No, you're
Number
not.
6.
I always butcher this.
I just want Laura to get to the tiebreaker so I can hear her guess.
Oh, her
That's
tiebreaker
same
guesses.
here.
I think we should always have her guess in the tiebreaker.
No matter
just
what,
for
even
fun.
if she gets 0.
Yeah.
I'm so bad.
Number
It's kinda my
6.
thing.
What MLB player stole 7 bases in 2 different World Series? So he stole 7 in one and 7 in another. It was either Maury Wills or Lou Brock. Maury Wills or Lou Brock. We start with Ireland.
Lou Brock.
Says Lou Brock. Laura.
I'm also going Brock.
Lou Brock. Brian.
Give me Maury Wills.
Maury Wills. Bergman.
Yeah, give me Wills.
Correct answer, Lou Brock.
Oh, yeah.
Maury stole a bunch of
done at
bases,
this point.
but in 67 versus the Red Sox and in 68 against the Tigers, Lou Brock stole 7 bases.
How many are left?
I have got 3 left.
Okay, you guys are still alive, but you got to go opposite of Laura and me.
Okay, only one MLB player in history has homered in the World Series on his birthday. It's either Cesar Geronimo or Willie Aikens. Cesar Geronimo or Willie Aikens. Should we go to the leaders now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, leaders. Ireland.
Aikens.
Says Aikens. Laura.
I'll go so the guys can stay on.
You're
so
going
they can-
Cesar Geronimo?
No, so they can keep playing. So Aikens.
Aikens. Okay,
So, yeah,
Brian?
we go Geronimo.
Geronimo. Bergman.
Yeah, Geronimo. I have to go
it is Aikens.
So
yes.
we are gone. See, good
I
thing
tried, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Laura.
He had
trying to be nice.
He had 2
Yeah, I was-
home runs on his 26th birthday for the Royals in Game 1 of the World Series in 1980. All right, number 8. Only 2 players in MLB history have won 2 World Series MVPs. Who are they? It is either Mickey Mantle and Pete Rose or Sandy Koufax and Reggie Jackson. We go to Laura to start this one. It's either Mantle and Rose or Koufax and Jackson.
Oh, I'll go Mantle and Rose.
Mantle and Rose, Ireland.
How many are left?
1 after this.
Koufax and Jackson.
Koufax and Jackson is the right answer. Yes, Koufax and Reggie Jackson.
Doesn't Corey Seager have 2 World Series MVPs? He did it with the Dodgers.
2 World Series MVP?
Yeah, the Dodgers and the Rangers.
That may I could have been looking at old. I'm not sure.
Is that what doesn't
It
change?
doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Doesn't
change it. No,
Right,
but yeah,
right.
Corey Seager has 2.
Okay, for sure.
I'm almost positive.
Almost positive. All right.
All right.
Last one.
Oh wait, the guys are out.
Yeah,
we're
we've
out.
got
Oh.
Ireland and Laura.
All right, so Laura, I'm up 1. You got to go opposite of me.
Thought they were
No,
still
you're
in.
tied, right?
No,
oh,
I have
no.
6, she has
Ireland
5.
took 1. Yeah, so you need to go opposite. Here we go. Who is the only pitcher under 21 to throw a complete game shutout in the World Series? It was either Jim Palmer or Bob Welch. Jim Palmer or Bob Welch. Ireland, you go first.
Bob Welch was a reliever when he was young, or he was a starter and then a reliever. I'll go Jim Palmer.
Gotta go opposite.
Correct answer. He did it in Game 2 of the 1966 World Series versus the Dodgers. It was Jim Palmer.
There we go.
There you go.
All right, but let's do. I
we
get
gotta
the
do-
point.
yeah,
but we
let's
got to
do
do
the
the
tiebreaker.
tiebreaker so Laura can guess.
By the way, Sandy Koufax, Bob Gibson, Reggie Jackson, and Corey Seager have all won the World
4
Series
of them?
twice. All first 4.
Say
of
him again.
Sandy Koufax, Bob Gibson, Reggie Jackson, and Corey Seager.
Okay. Somebody who wrote my game didn't get it.
ChatGPT did not do you well.
Somebody got it wrong. I don't know.
That's right, Brian.
Yeah, sure.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Brian. All right, we'll do the tiebreaker. How many runs did the Dodgers score in the 1981 World Series versus the Yankees? How many runs did the Dodgers score in the 81 World Series? Closest. Not closest without going over. I think we should probably make Laura guess first.
Why?
All right, Laura, how many?
I don't know.
Take a guess. Pick
For
any
the
number.
entire series,
Pick a
right?
number. Pick a number.
25.
Okay. Ireland?
Not a bad guess.
I wrote down 15.
Correct answer. Laura Romo, it's 27.
There you go, Laura.
Yeah, Laura, right on
Getting
top
better.
of it.
Today, people.
Yeah, don't mess with Laura.
Sorry, Coconut Michael.
She's got it going on. All right, let's hit the super stager.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Calf to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins. Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
There we go. We've got Bergman and the big CY here for the afternoon. What's going on, guys?
Not much, man.
I gotta read this tweet.
Uh-oh.
All right, remember that in 2024.
Okay. Oh no.
You have a social media footprint.
Yes.
Everything you're right. So here's the tweet. Some girl named Naomi.
Hi, Naomi.
Everyone shut the blank up. I just got accepted for a NASA internship.
Wow.
Oh, good for you.
And then a guy named Homer says, language. Says, mind your language.
Right, mind your language, sure.
And she says, suck my blank and blank. I'm working at NASA. And he writes, and I'm on the NASA council that oversees it.
No.
She was fired.
She was fired?
No.
That's lame.
That's stupid.
That's lame.
She was excited.
I'm sorry.
Come on, that's dumb.
That's fishing
Hopefully that's one of
for
those
messing
fake
somebody's
ones.
life up. I hate that.
That is
I hate that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that last night was a bit of a bummer. In terms of 34, I see people wearing their Mexico jerseys in here, and it was one of those things though where, and I hate to sound sort of crass about this, but man, am I glad that they honored that guy.
Oh yeah,
this
absolutely,
like on a very real level.
We were talking about that earlier.
Cause
today.
sort of controversy, but like, can you imagine if this had occurred and they had yet to actually do this and had not gone out to the policy?
Further, I'm curious what you think. We both said, had they done it after the fact, or now, like, if they put Fernando in the Hall of Fame or they put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame, I think it's a hollow gesture.
I tend to agree.
I don't even think it's worth doing.
I tend to agree, and we'll get into this later, but because of also how it went on the day, he was there, He was present, he spoke.
Everybody who was anybody
it was
showed
cool,
up.
So I hate to have to have thought about that, because obviously the legacy is the legacy, and we'll get into it more, but the sense of relief that I felt in that moment, Greg, was really intense.
Yeah, no, it was. I'm really happy that they did it. People were calling for that for a really long time.
Yeah.
And Fernando Mania is on right now on Sportsnet
it is.
LA.
Should
if
be
you
on
want
a
to
loop
watch it
right now.
Yeah. It will be on a loop.
Yeah, they will today.
Yeah.
But
But
by the
it
way,
should have been.
I just got a tweet.
Another one.
Another tweet. Read a lot of tweets today,
Who
Ireland.
else got fired?
What's going on?
No. This is deals with what happened
Is
at
it
the
all about
Laker game
language?
last night.
Okay.
This from Griza. How many people actually waved at Pepe? All right. First of all, Scott Kaplan, nowhere to be found.
I was with Cap.
He
I was
wasn't
with him.
there?
Promised he would be standing next to me when they put me on camera.
Right.
So he could turn around and wave to Pepe. Nowhere to be found.
He was with me.
Okay,
I was
so
with him when this all happened.
Yeah, he blew it off. Secondly, I stood there with Michael, and I literally did like a 180.
You said you were going to take a video. Did you take a video? Do you have any video proof?
No, but I did a 180. Not one person. I felt so bad for Pepe that when they put Michael and I on camera, because they put us on camera after they put Pepe, Michael and I turned around and waved to Pepe.
So this is what happened. So Cappy and I walked from the booth. We were sitting there talking to you guys before this happened.
Right.
And then they started announcing everything. It was like, oh, we have to stop and wave to Pepe. But we had missed it already. They went to you. We missed it. So we're like, oh,
Greg, I'm
man,
not kidding.
that's too
not
bad.
One person. I looked all high and low and nobody there. And then people are tweeting me, I'm at home waving to Pepe. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
My contention is that Pepe waves to no one. And it's true. There was no one waving back.
The announcer's name, I was blanking on it right now. The announcer for the Lakers.
PA?
Been there 45
Lawrence
years.
Tanner.
Lawrence Tanner.
Yeah.
Can we
Laker
get Lawrence Tanner?
girls.
Can we get Lawrence Tanner to say, wave to Pepe Montilla?
I don't think so, but I
When
can.
he says, can we say like, hey, and here, for the Spanish broadcast and wave to Pepe
it's
Montilla?
Funnier when people don't wave because Pepe will not give it up. I've told him, I go, why are you waving to no one? He goes, you're wrong. It's not true. I'm waving to the fans. The fans are acknowledging me. I go, there's not one fan. No one.
Yeah.
And
I am
Friday,
a huge Pepe supporter.
Friday, I will, because you'll be at the Dodger game.
I'll be at the
All
Dodger
you guys
game,
will
yeah.
be. I will try and remember to take a video.
Yeah, take a video.
But the fact that there's a Dodger game will be even less.
Yeah,
people.
that's true.
So you're going to,
wasn't that a movie Less Than Zero?
Less Than Zero, yeah.
It was a movie.
You're going to the game on Friday?
I am.
How worried are you about what everybody is talking about regarding the traffic situation, the bazillions of games going on?
He may leave here at 3 o'clock and go there.
That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over there at 3.
So I'm going to the game too with Gene. Can we catch a ride? Can we catch a ride with you?
With me?
Yeah.
Who are you? Aren't you catching a ride with someone else?
Are you going to use Janice? Because she asked me yesterday when I spoke to her.
Is she doing game 1?
She's doing game 1. She has 1 seat.
So you don't. Oh, she only has 1 seat.
Well,
Oh, you
she's in a
got it.
one-seater.
Oh man, I got an Uber.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, so
Ubering, leaving Uber.
I might go to the game.
Uber is Greg. Uber will get you there, no problem.
I want to
get home.
No, I want to be dropped off a mile away and then walk the rest of the way. I don't want to sit.
No, but how are you getting back?
Oh, I walk down Sunset, get to Sunset.
you're gonna walk
I've done that. I did that last game I was at.
Did it work?
I went to. It worked in the context of I had time, so I wasn't particularly worried about it. I went to Bar Harry, which is this like random cocktail bar that's right on Sunset that does not. By the by, and I don't mean to be mean to them, but like last time after game, NLCS, one bartender there. Just one dude.
Yeah,
really?
that's smart.
Jeez.
I'm like, come on, guys. Like, there's a game letting out, but it is a nice place otherwise. So that option, regardless of what some of these websites say, which is, it's a short 25-minute walk to Chinatown. I'm like, dog, that is not real on any level. But the walkout on foot is the move I've executed for years as far as going there because it's just
the
not
best way
worth
to do
it.
Are you going to the game on Friday?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm a baseball reporter. That's my job.
Oh,
you know
so
what I'm saying?
you're getting credentialized.
Yeah, I'll be
Now,
there.
where
yeah.
will you
You're
be?
credentialized too.
I'm credentialed. Is that a term?
Credentialized.
You're credentialized.
I will be in the Ox box most likely just because I kind of prefer sitting outside to the press. The Dodgers press box
But
is
where
cramped.
is the Ox box?
It's just
this
in left
year?
field.
Far left
It's just
field.
in left
It's
field.
way in left field.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that where we're going to sit?
Yeah. You're outside. I mean, it's better than sitting inside the box
See,
where
I'm
you're elbows
You
to
can't
knees
do
with some
anything.
person
You've got
and
plenty
you
of
can't
room.
even move.
I'm going to lurk.
Oh, you're going to lurk?
I'm going to lurk.
Oh,
Okay.
that's what you're doing. So he goes down to the field level and just kind of stands
in the
behind.
back and follows.
You just kind of do that?
And
Just trying to make sure if anybody recognizes you, see if you can wave at the fans.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just-
Greg,
it's
do we have
wave
a
to-
full show on Friday?
On Friday, yes, you have a full show. It's a Dono and Cap go 3 to 5.
Do we have a
Okay.
full show on tomorrow?
Tomorrow,
With
yes.
the Rams?
For Rams, you might have. Let me look at it real fast. All right, you
Yeah.
guys continue talking.
Yeah,
about
we
it.
will
Well, the
continue
reason I
talking,
like
yeah.
I prefer the Ox box is simply room. I can spread
There's
out.
tons
I can
of
get the
room.
binoculars going. I got my laptop. I got my scorebook. I got my side phone. And there's a TV right there. You're not craning your neck. The Dodgers press box is extremely small.
It is.
Like compared to the others in the big leagues. And so if you don't have a seat, like if you have a seat, even still, it's extremely claustrophobic in there, and I just kind of don't like that. I mean, not when I'm covering an intense game. There's a view difference, but it's not really that big of a deal.
So you're using binoculars the game
Yeah,
during
you
the
can just
game?
use your eyeballs for the most part.
Yeah.
You can see. Just
You're
fine.
pretty far
You can
out
also
there.
see more of the field, is what kind
That
of
is
the thing.
true. Hey,
And you can see who's in the bullpen easily. That's the other thing.
The
too.
Ox
If you
box.
if
Yes,
you need
auxiliary.
binoculars, just talk to Michael. Michael carries binoculars with
At
him
all
every
times.
Thompson
game.
does?
Yes, he does. So if you need them, go to Michael for that.
The guys
And
all
also,
make fun
we
of me
go to
because I got a really
3:15
big
tomorrow.
pair.
3:15,
tomorrow.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the guys all make fun of me because I have a really big pair that I use, and so
Oh, you got like the old
they
school,
look-
like those
I mean, they're
really big
they're
ones that your
relatively
dad had
large.
in,
I'll show
like-
you the picture later, but
When
they're
you're trying to look at
relatively
the
large.
moon.
They're not huge, but I know Mike Farron, one of my buddies, he used to do play-by-play for the D-backs. He'd always we were in Omaha, and he was like, "Can you see what they're gambling on the craps tables at the casino across the river?" But they're useful in situations like that. But I don't like being hemmed up in front of next to a bunch of people where it's like being on a plane.
Yeah,
no thanks,
right.
I don't want that.
So now,
That's not how I'm trying to.
Bergman was not producing the show today. Was not here today. You're doing the afternoons. And so what we did was we loaded up with guests. I don't know if you heard this.
Sure.
Well, you had Jaime Jarrín
And Andrew Friedman.
Oh, yeah, Friedman on.
I
Okay.
got you, Andrew Friedman.
Well, that's why you
did you?
stepped out.
Yeah.
You were protesting our own guests.
I reached out to the Dodgers and got you Andrew Friedman.
He was great.
He was great.
And he put Mason in his place, which
And
was
I
awesome.
What'd you say?
He absolutely agreed with me.
Mason is so narcissistic that he didn't realize Andrew Friedman completely shut him down.
No, he
didn't. Yeah, he did.
We
He
asked
didn't.
him, Clinton, where are you on this argument? Okay,
What's that?
I'll do what we did to
I
Friedman.
know where Clinton is. Clinton's
Okay, well, I'll do what
Okay,
we
let's
did
hear
to
it.
Friedman. And Friedman said when we started, he goes, "Don't tell me who's on what side."
Okay.
So I won't tell you who's on what side.
All right.
Okay. One of us has. I'll describe it the way I described it to Friedman. One of us has the Phil Jackson mentality about the playoffs, that it's the journey that means something, that you celebrate and there's value in winning in trading for Tommy Edman, in winning the division, in beating the Padres, that all that has value. The other guy has the Kobe Bryant position. If you win the title, that's a success. Everything else is a failure.
Okay. I think you have Kobe's stance.
Yes. No.
Is that
the
wrong?
other way around.
Okay, you do.
Where are you?
I am on the journey level, but mainly because, like, when you think back to all of these guys, you think about various players over your lives that affected what you cared about. I think a lot more people than people believe don't care about winning as much as you might think. Like when you think back on your experiences as a fan, wherever you grew up, not all of it is tied to when the banner dropped or when the confetti dropped or when somebody held a title. You know what I mean? Like there's so much more to it than that. At least there always was for me. That the banners are great because if you're really into arguing with other people in other cities, which is just not kind of my style, it's a big deal. But other than that, the people you made along the way is real great.
But if you don't win the World Series, is it a failure?
I don't think so. No, it doesn't. Look at how much money they got.
It is 100%
it is.
Yeah.
And by the way, all these.
Then why has anybody gotten fired over at the Dodgers in the last 10 years? Like, what are you talking about?
No, Mason,
that doesn't even make sense.
Mason wanted to fire Dave Roberts if he didn't
No,
get to
I get
the World
that.
Series.
But what I'm saying is that
round.
Your mentality of that it doesn't matter, it's all about the journey and all that, that comes from somebody that doesn't live in a city that wins championships.
Oh, no, that comes from the athletes who play the games.
Consistently. No.
That's what I'm saying.
We're talking
like,
about fans from us. It's
no, but that's where it gets
don't-
from.
Yeah.
Is that it comes from athletes who play. Like those guys,
Yeah,
the
because they're
winning
not
is just
winning
literally
consistently.
just a bonus. Like
Right.
there are less athletes that feel like Kobe than there are more so.
You're saying the athletes that
the
will
guys
be
who
on the
play
field
the
Friday
games.
night at Dodger
Yeah, they want to
Stadium?
win,
They're
but
like,
in
"Oh,
winning
it's okay if we lose.
winning matters.
It's all
But
right."
it's not like
Shohei wants to lose.
Kobe is the wrong example to use in that situation because he was so far on another level than even other pro athletes, and that's where I think, particularly in baseball, baseball players, sure. Maybe 15% of guys really care if they win or lose.
That's it?
But
other than that,
Mason, what's interesting about
Aaron
this
Judge?
is you have conflicting positions because you're adamant that they should celebrate
Correct.
division titles and everything
at
else.
every
But
level.
you think if they don't win the World Series, it's a complete failure.
I think it's failure. I think it's
Yeah,
a failure.
That doesn't add up to me.
Why
I
are
see
you-
your logic there, Ireland. That doesn't add up to me.
I'm
Yeah.
with Mason.
That doesn't add up to me because
That
why would you
doesn't mean-
celebrate along the
that
way?
doesn't
Why
mean
would you
there's-
celebrate something that is eventually
Technically
going to be a
failure,
failure?
yeah.
Well, you don't know it's going to eventually be a failure. It's another step towards the ultimate success.
But isn't
Celebrate
every
every
when you
win.
when you
Celebrate
win the
every win.
Wait, every win,
NLCS,
so you champagne after we beat the Reds on a Tuesday?
No, every
Yeah,
win
no,
is
less
going into the
that.
postseason. When you win the division, when you win the DS, when you win the CS, and when you win the World Series, after
Right.
you win each of those things,
But-
you celebrate.
But
because
if you
you're
lose
taking
the
accomplishments.
World, but if you lose World Series, the season's a failure.
The whole season was a failure.
But the
No.
reason why my feeling on that change is literally from doing the job. It's because you meet athletes, you deal with guys, and once you understand that mindset, which is they're A, making a living, B, trying to stay in the league, and C, winning is fun. It's great. It's part of the experience, but it's not the say all and end all for most
let me
guys who play
slice
sports.
this a little bit. So there are real good things happening in this organization. It's arguably the best organization in baseball. But what happens on the field is not about journey, it's about success. That's where it's going to happen.
And my argument is they are a success, whether they win this World
I
Series or
agree.
not.
I think they got to win the
as
World
well.
Series.
Yeah, I think that is
over
to
$1
Greg's
billion.
point. That is only a fan thing,
Right.
And the fans are such a sort of like when you think of all the parts of how pro sports work, their fans are a fraction of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to how they actually do things, no, because otherwise everybody would be getting fired every year.
Yeah, I
you know
want
what I mean?
a damn parade.
Well, in the NBA,
I
that's
want
what
a
they
damn
do.
parade.
That's true. That's
So
a good
Andrew
point.
Friedman was on your side, I'm assuming, John.
Yeah, well, kind of.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
kind
what is he supposed to say? He's
He
not going to say,
played-
yeah, of course it's a failure.
Well, no, but he actually
He
entertained
played
the
both
premise
sides.
really well.
Right.
He said that he looks at the world not in black and white, but everything is gray. So he says, along the way, you have a lot of micro victories. The macro is winning the whole thing.
Right.
But he goes, you're successful if you have those micro victories. To Mason, there is no micro victory.
No,
Right,
you need the macro victory.
Right.
I'm a
This-
destination guy, not a journey guy.
Perfect example. This is up there with you shouldn't have to necessarily be in Cooperstown to get your name honored by the team you play for. Fernando Valenzuela being an exact point. He didn't get to the top in that regard,
Right.
but he was certainly worth honoring at Dodger Stadium
Absolutely
because
he
of
was.
the journey.
A
That's sort of the example.
one of a kind cultural phenomenon.
Yes, that happens.
He
That
changed
happens.
the way LA works
That
for
happens,
the Dodgers.
for sure.
in
So
baseball.
For sure.
coming up next for you is a World Series or bust guy and a guy who thinks, hey, we had a happy journey to this point.
Good job getting there,
Me
pals.
and you, Yates. Let's go.
Just saying.
We're back tomorrow.
Went in the game, man.
We're back tomorrow. And at 1 o'clock, is that when we're going to go live with ESPN New York?
ESPN New York. 1
Oh, you
o'clock.
guys are doing that bit?
Yeah,
the
we're doing
crosstalk
that.
deal?
So the Michael K
bit.
show and the Mason and Ireland show connecting.
Who's still
both
on
in
the K
same
show? Is
place.
Rosenberg still on the show?
Yep.
Yeah, that's my homie. I know him from back home,
I've
so
been
he's a
on
friend
the
of mine.
radio in New York for 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
I'm back.
just so you know that Michael K will lead the ins and the outs.
Okay.
That is.
thank
How
you.
about
is in
that?
our
Oh, so we're
contract.
not going to in and out it?
No, we're not.
He's going to in and out
He's
it.
going to in and out it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Interesting.